If you're looking for intellectual, informed basketball takes, and you want to bring in media that knows what they're talking about, look no further than.
Always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break, throw me the outlet. We on the break, it's fast break. We on the break, it's fast break. Let's go. Yeah, what up, party people? Welcome and thank you for joining us on another Saturday afternoon for an audio adventure. My name is Ro, the hostess with the mostest, and you know this. Flatbush, what up? Joining me today are my brothers. The sturdy one, the man in the middle, the author, America's former favorite Haitian uncle,
Whoa.
Monarch Dre, King Dre Sock. Never mind.
Nabule. All right, hold on.
Hold on.
What do you mean former?
And moving on now to the other
This
man,
is crazy.
the professional, the architect. We call him Morpheus, the consistent one. America's new favorite Haitian uncle. Alan, the man with the plan. Socks.
I say, Nabule. What's good?
Big jersey.
You know what it is.
I'm about to walk off. I'm ending my contract right here.
Don't do that.
We are an ensemble that goes by the moniker Fast Breaks. Can I get a board?
Get it to the Haitian uncle, man. I'm in my feelings right
now.
Don't no, let me stop. I got it. Or someone else takes that job too. Damn. Score the bucket already. Damn. Put that ball in the hoop. What are we doing?
I was running, bro. I was going. I was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Throw that joint. As our brother Paul would say, fling it.
Fling the football. Come on now.
Okay, gentlemen, how you doing?
Chilling. Busy week.
It feels like it's been a long week since our last pod. Is it just me? I feel like I haven't potted in like 3 weeks.
I feel like it's been like a month. Deadass.
What is? I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's the daylight savings that messed me up. I don't know about y'all, but I still need that hour back.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. So I didn't know that it was daylight savings. So I woke up to you, like I fell asleep. I woke up to use the bathroom. When I woke up, I thought it said 1:57 on my phone. So I come back to bed. I check my phone. It says 3:00, and I said, "Hold on. I was not in there for an hour and 3 minutes."
That brother was losing weight, wasn't he?
Weird.
I was like, yo.
It's the time change on top of that. It was when it went from good weather back to cold weather, and it messed me up too.
Yeah, no, my allergies, I feel them coming already from the topsy-turvy.
We rebuke that. We rebuke that in the name of Jesus. No. We rebuke that. Rebuke all of it.
Winter to spring and summer to fall are the absolute worst, bro.
Yeah.
So, audience, I apologize if I sound nasally. I know they're in the comments right now, like saying, "Ro, you always sound nasally." Well, you know what? Forget y'all.
Yo, who said this?
I'm producer of the year. I anticipate crowd reaction. Let's jump into it. We had a pretty phenomenal game of the week. It still could have been better, but we watched the Celtics and Thunder on Thursday. Well, we watched the game that happened on Thursday. We may not have watched it on Thursday, but we watched the game that happened on Thursday. And as a reminder, this is our game of the week segment where we do not choose what we think was the best game of the week, but we choose a game each week to break down to give you basketball nerds the X and O analysis that you love. This week, it was the Celtics versus Thunder. Unfortunately, we did have injuries on both sides. We did not get to see this matchup at full strength. Jason Tatum and Derek White decided to sit this one out or were held out by the team, whatever way you want to style it. And Jalen Williams is still not back for the Thunder. This man has been paid a lot of money to sit in street clothes this year, but I don't hear anyone calling them street clothes, but that's for another pod. But nonetheless, we still had a great matchup. It went all the way down to the wire, and the Thunder were able to pull away 104-102 with some free throws at the end. There's a lot that is an outgrowth of this game and conversations that I want to have surrounding it. But there's also, an interesting conversation going into the game that I want you guys to talk about first. And I want to pose this, and I put it to Dre as well. But before we do that, real quick, we have a latecomer. American
entrance, boy.
SpongeBob? That's mad funny.
This is my attempt at the Syrian music.
What's up, sir?
Woke up.
That was the 20th Century Fox. You remember the old school?
Yeah. That's what that was.
Yeah. And then right after that, they had the loud ass soul beat.
Greetings.
What's up, sir? How
the stubborn one.
How'd you sleep, dog? Just waking up, huh?
Boy,
I'm ready to violate.
Oh man.
Bam Adebayo?
Wait on it. I'm not even saying
you always gotta be the one.
Why did we say this man's name in hour one?
What facts? Always gotta be the
one. Joining us is our brother, the sturdy one, the stubborn one, Mr. PRR Sports, Mr. 1995, Coach Paul in the building. Guam, big up yourself.
Greetings, one and all. Greetings.
Good morning.
So I was just getting into our game of the week. I said there's a. I think the game of the week we're gonna have overtake the rapid fire take. Although there is one rapid fire question I want to ask you all, but there's really three conversations to have with this game. There's a situation coming into and contextualizing the game. There's the game itself, and then there was some comments that were said after the game. I'm gonna start in chronological order, and I texted Dre about this on the side actually while it was happening. For all the credit, and not that the NBA deserved the credit, but for all the hype that I had that Jason Tatum's return gave us the excitement we were praying for, and then some crazy things happened on some box scores that were intended to give us the excitement we were having. The NBA went and ruined it almost immediately. There were two games this week. We had a tough choice between what game of the week we were gonna pick, and it was between the Celtics and Spurs and the Celtics and Thunder, both because hey, Tatum's back. These are top teams. This should be appointment television. I think for all serious, even down to casual basketball fans, this was a rare moment of regular season where everyone kind of signed up we got to watch these two games. And Jaylen Brown gets ejected in the first half off a missed call where he was rightfully upset. where another official tossed him, not even the one he was interacting with. And then when I turned the game on to watch Thursday's game, and I look and I'm watching the starting lineups, and I see Tatum and White and Jalen Williams in street clothes, I'm like, bro, how have both these now listen, both games were still really good games. I don't want the people in the comments to be like, so you included and watch, those are amazing games. Yes, they were, but you know what they weren't, what regular season in March are supposed to be? The most entertaining thing about regular season games in March is those games are supposed to be informative.
Right.
Yeah.
Those games are supposed to be informative and so are supposed to set the stage for what I might be anticipating watching. I can't say that about either of these games. Because some element of the intrigue, some element of the preview of it was taken away. One by coaching decisions or organizational decisions, and one by the league itself. And I texted Dre in all caps, this is what's wrong with the NBA regular season. The Knicks did it against the Pistons back a few months ago. Guys ducking or the NBA ruining marquee matchups in games. So for how good the two games were, and we'll talk about how good the Thunder game was, it was a very good game. I still left it feeling like, cool, that was just a good game. It means nothing.
Correct.
It doesn't tell me anything.
Correct.
Because so many elements of what happened would be different if any of these players were there or didn't get ejected. So I wanted to get y'all's reaction to that of just like another really good. The NBA schedulers have to be pissed. Whoever comes with the schedule every year, they thought they cooked.
Right.
The Celtics against two top teams, both on national television in the same week, and it's the week Jason Tatum comes back. They thought they cooked, and it's just, I don't know. How do y'all feel?
I mean, I have less feelings about this one than the Spurs game because the Spurs was kind of egregious. I'm not gonna lie, but this game, I can't really fault the Celtics for sitting if that was their decision to sit Jason Tatum at a time like this. Only because he's still coming back, he's still wobbly. But then again, we just saw him drop 24 against the Spurs and have a damn near triple-double against the Mavericks. So I don't know if I trust it.
Do you think the two are connected? Do you think JT having to carry without Jaylen Brown in the previous game? They said we now have to sit you and give you a rest against the Thunder. And isn't like that's what I'm saying? Like, come on, you ruined the whole thing.
Yeah, that's if it is the schedulers. I mean, I don't know how far in advance they make the schedule, but I'm assuming it was after he got hurt last year. So that should have been a factor that was considered. That being said, it's so tough. It's so tough because no one foresees like Derek White, who has been such a stalwart for this team for years, but also especially this year, also getting hurt at the same time. Jason Tatum's no surprise. And like you said, it's still a good game, but I didn't learn nothing. And there was nothing to be learned except for the fact I think Jaylen Brown, which is exactly what we know this entire season, Jaylen Brown is a great player who on his own can't take you to the promised land. That's probably the biggest thing that just keeps getting taught to us because it happened with the Pistons, right? It happened against the Knicks, and now it's happening against the Thunder. When it comes to big marquee matchups, Jaylen Brown is not enough by himself. And I don't know if there's any player in the league that is enough by themselves, with the exception of maybe Jokic.
And he doesn't because we've seen that, but that's for another pod.
Right.
They almost won, though.
Paul.
I mean, they almost won that game, though. So
they almost won.
You sure you want to stick on that Jaylen Brown?
Yes, because they almost every team I just mentioned, they almost beat and then didn't.
But when we get into the game, we're going to talk about, I mean, why it was almost, and like really the reason they lost really comes down to the end of the game.
Yeah.
And the situation at the end of the game stems from him being by himself.
Yes.
The reason they were in the position they were for the closing possessions of the game is because he was by himself. It's not that he did anything wrong, but like a play against the Thunder, if you have one good player and then the player that comes off the next bench is not even Derek White, it's Tylerman, now you have the issue you have, and you had what happened, right? But Paul, what did you think about just coming into the situation, the sort of feel around these two games?
Well, it's interesting. It's almost as if it would have been better if Tatum didn't come back. Because if he didn't come back, you would have had the expectations. And we
yeah.
would be like, oh, Celtics Thunder, this is a big game. You know what I mean? Because we would just expect this to be the team that we see in the playoffs anyway, you know? So it's interesting. But oh, you're right. I mean, injuries is a thing that, you know, Adam Silver wants to address. And we see why now. Because in March, you're supposed to be, like you said, you're gearing up for the playoffs. It's supposed to be a marquee game. East-West, that's a big thing too, because the Eastern teams will play Western teams.
The Celtics' only trip to Oklahoma City.
Right. That's it. You know what I mean? So you want to see the Celtics at least full strength for this year versus this team.
What about the ejection though? That's the more egregious one because I think the injection
that is the most
informs the sit out. I honestly believe that.
Really?
No, he's right because of Jaylen Brown.
How many minutes did Tatum play? How many minutes did Tatum play in that game against the Spurs?
I think like 30, low key.
That was Tuesday. Let me see how much he played.
Tuesday. At least 30.
I mean, they kept him right at his 27 minutes, but he put up 24 shots. That's probably the most shots he's put up.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
In a game since he's back. So it was a very active 24 minutes.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, my only counter to the the rejection. I kept forgetting it. I want to say objection, but
objection.
Brown getting rejected from the game or ejected, whatever the word is. But my only counter to it is like the ref is not supposed to take account all of that. You know what I mean? Like the ref is supposed to be very present in the moment.
Are you sure? Do you actually philosophically feel that way?
I mean,
that the ref is not supposed to take the moment into account in an entertainment
ethically
league?
speaking, yeah, because you're supposed to be refereeing this game. You shouldn't be thinking about like, well, if I eject him now, that might affect next game because then a lot of things change. You have to be. I feel like,
but even not even the next
present and the four corners and for these 48 minutes is your entire world.
Take the next game out even for this game. Like what this game means. Like you don't think a ref has any. Here's my question: do you think refs have any responsibility to fans?
No.
In the game they're reffing, the people in the stands in front of them. Do you think they have any responsibility to the fans?
No.
That's a good question, but
really
about it, no.
Oh, I completely disagree.
They have an obligation to the integrity of the game.
That was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
I completely disagree with that. But spell out your take.
Because if you have a responsibility to the fans, you're gonna make certain calls that shouldn't maybe be that way. It kind of takes away, like Paul said, the integrity of the game. At the core of it, like what we're watching is a competition. When you take away things that's integrity, so if you're considering like the fans, you're gonna think about what brings them like the most experience, and in that case, a superstar.
That's what pays your salary, though.
But I mean, the next step of it is the fans are paying to watch the competition.
Right.
They're not paying to watch like a good game. A good game stems from competition. You're not paying to watch. It's not only like the fact I'm coming to watch Shea score 30. I'm watching him score 30 in the midst of like true competition because he's the best of the best. If a ref in his head is like, well, the fans are here to watch Shea score 30. I can't call this next foul on him because if I call it, coach probably going to take him out. You can't do that.
Isn't that historically how they've operated? Like, isn't there? I mean, we've heard of superstar calls versus rookie whistle our entire lives, right? And isn't there a little bit of merit to that where like, listen, when you've put in enough work, you create a certain benefit of the doubt with the officials. And also the officials I feel like an official's job is not just also like the arbitration of each and every call, but it's the management of a game, right? Yeah. Like when whistles get tight versus when whistles get loose. Like if there's a fight and all of a sudden every ticky-tack foul gets called, I would argue that that's hilarious. I would argue that that's a challenge to the integrity of game, because now you're calling things that are really not arguably fouls, but everyone understands you're engaging in management of the game. This game's emotionally gotten too high, and as a ref, you're trying to manage the physicality of it so that it doesn't escalate into more of a situation. I feel like that's the same thing. I like your example of fouls. It's like, hey, if it's the end of a game and the physicality is ratcheted up, you're going to give star players a little bit of a leash, because you know if you call that 6th foul on them, you're now taking this player out of the game. You might give them some benefit of the doubt unless it's egregious. And I think the same thing should apply in terms of techs and ejections. If this is a big game, you already know the players are coming into it emotional. You can feel the energy in the arena. I feel like the guy who he was talking to was the crew chief. He's a veteran. He knew that, which is why he gave him leash. If you watch the zoom in, when Jaylen Brown first approached him, he was already yelling. Do you know what the ref's first thing was? He asked him to repeat himself because he didn't hear him. He wasn't even tripping off the energy and emotion Jaylen Brown had. He wanted to hear him out. He was like, what was that? What are you saying? And when Jaylen Brown said he freaking pushed me, the ref was like, all right. Like, he disagreed, but he was like, okay. It was when he then went to another ref and pointed back at him and saying he's bullshit. He was like, all right, let me tech him. Let me get that together right now. Like, I'm not about to deal with him on that the rest of the game. And then he walked away. That's classic veteran ref stuff. I hit you with tech. I walked away. Jaylen Brown's still getting it off, but the punishment usually comes in when those free throws get hit, and then you give the player time to calm down once you've hit him with the tech. The fact that another ref, a rookie ref, jumps in because he doesn't like how he's talking to one of his colleagues and throws him out, it's like, dog, this is an emotional game. This is about to be a physical matchup. Stephen Castle and Jaylen Brown's one of the most physical matchups that you could probably get in the NBA. You have to allow some leash in that situation, because you've now affected the competition level of this game. You've now changed the dynamics of this game for something discretionary.
So my question to you, Farrell, is: do you understand how that's a slippery slope?
I think that's your job. There's so much discretion. I mean, think about it. Maybe I'm not going to say my profession and my current position on air, but you all know what it is. So I deal in a world with an authority figure making discretionary decisions all the time, right? And there's management that goes into that. You have to have discernment of knowing all the things you can do at any moment and deciding what makes the right sense for what's going on right now, even though you could apply the facts to the rule and go either way. Honestly, you honestly could. But you are put in that position for your judgment, for your discernment, to do what the best thing is for that specific scenario, not to always be completely black and white. If we just want a black and white application, AI could do stuff like this, right?
They got that in the baseball now.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but that's there's no baseball's a different type of sport. Baseball doesn't have a ton of discretionary decision making, right? There's more of an objective standard that's visible, right? Like I would say in basketball, I would say strikes and balls are the same thing as out of bounds. It's objective. There's a line there.
No.
Let me spell it out. There's a line there, and you either the ball or you were either over the line or not.
Ain't
right?
No line on the strike zone.
Hold on, listen. Yes, there is.
On TV?
There is an objective strike zone.
On TV?
No, Paul. By the rule book, there is an objective strike zone. The width of the strike zone is the plate.
Yeah.
And the height of the strike zone is hip to knee. It's
right.
objective.
Not hip to knee.
So we can use technology to objectively identify whether the ball passed either over the plate or between your hips and your knees. There's no discretion there. There's no discretion.
You can say the same thing with fouls.
No, because foul is an opinion. You have to. There's nothing objective about a foul. A foul is completely subjective and an interpretation of words.
No.
It's an interpretation of words.
It's an interpretation of what you see, not of the words.
No, but what you're looking at is whether the words of a rule have been violated, right? The rule of a foul is a statement. there's a statement that describes what a foul is. You
Yes.
have to then take that statement and apply it to what you're looking at. That from that moment that becomes objective, because how I read this statement of what a foul is might be different from how you read a statement of what a foul is. So we might have two different opinions legitimately of what a foul is based on how we interpret the words. When you're talking about lines and distance and literal math, there's no distinction. You can't tell me I feel like the ball went over the plate and it be a legitimate disagreement with me if we look at the film and the ball literally did not go over the plate. That's why those things are challengeable. Same thing with being safe on a base. You either touched the base before he tagged you or you didn't. There's no discretion involved in that.
True.
It's subjective. Basketball is a way more subjective sport. So refs of basketball are discretionary authority figures. When you have that kind of power, I think that comes with a responsibility of management and discernment.
Yeah, but see, here's the problem, right? The problem comes when after the game, it's like the Monday night quarterbacking, right? Like Monday, whatever it's called, right? Like the game is over and you're looking back and you're saying within that moment the ref should have had discretion, right? But a lot of that comes from who you root for, right? A lot of that comes from
either team, though.
No, because if it goes against you, you could be like, this call should have been made. And therefore, like in the Thunder game when they played the Knicks, Jalen Brunson drew an obvious charge on Shea. They didn't call it. As a Knicks fan, I was mad. You would say they use their discretion, right? Because you don't want to take out Shea out of the game or give it to the third foul in the first quarter, right? But as a Knicks fan, I should say that is unfair to the integrity of the game because our superstar decided to take a charge, right? And he did it successfully. And now you're going against our superstar for that superstar. It's very slippery. It's a very slippery slope. And that's why I don't fully disagree with you, but I think you should understand it is a very slippery slope.
I think that's part of the game, though. I think that's all a part of the game because if we were to tally it, there's probably a bunch of times in that game where Jalen Brunson got some leash or some benefit of the doubt that went in his way, right? So that's why we can only look at each situation and say, do we think that was good management for the overall goal of protecting the game? And maybe while it sucked for the Knicks in that moment, yeah, maybe not giving Shea his third foul on a bang bang call.
Not bang bang.
Block charges are all bang bang. Every
single
one.
No,
all of them bang bang.
No.
The game is so fast these days. It's all bang bang.
No.
You should have challenged it then. If it really wasn't that bang bang, you should have challenged it. That's what I would argue. Because if it really was that objective, then challenge it and give them no choice. But if you don't challenge it, then the management of the game is allowed.
But now it seems as if you're conveniently picking and choosing when discretion is to be used. Because
but my preference in both scenarios is consistent. Manage the game. Don't give Shea a third foul on a bang bang, and don't come into a situation as an outside ref and eject a player who's emotional in a big game.
But you said you have to look at each situation, right? Individually. If you're taking into account the previous foul that Shea had into that play, you're not looking at that play as an individual play.
How do you mean?
But go ahead.
So my only question is right in that situation that you just said. So there could be a scenario that could happen literally back to back where that foul is not going to be called on Shea, but on the other floor, very next play, a person can commit the same foul and it wouldn't be called. I think that's egregious that's terrible for the game.
And management, and when you talk about management, right?
Alan, I don't understand Alan's point. Can you clarify that? I don't know what you mean.
In that scenario you just gave, where like don't call the third foul on Shea, right? I'm saying hypothetically that could happen where they don't call a foul on Shea when it maybe should be. Maybe
on a bang bang is what I said. I want to be clear on a bang bang.
Nah, but like
don't call third foul on a star on a bang bang.
My point is the same bang bang play could happen on the other end the very next minute, and it could be called. And I don't think that ruins the integrity of the game.
But here's my point. It could that happens anyway, right?
Yeah,
let's say Shea didn't have a third foul and the refs in their discretion still didn't think he charged, and then they came down and it was a similar play, and on that one I did think it was a charge, it would still be the same. It would still be the same result. And that's what I'm saying. Because it's discretionary, there's going to be moments where we feel like it could have went the other way the entire game. The entire game is full of that.
But the integrity of the game comes into play. Real quick, Alan. The integrity of the game comes into play when you're determining how that play is called based on who the player is.
Now, here's where I'll clarify, because I agree with that point. I would say you shouldn't be determining it based on. That's why I said leash and benefit of the doubt. I think if you watch the play, I don't think you should lie, right?
Okay, so that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, no, I don't think you should lie. But I think if it's a bang play and in real time you as a ref aren't sure about it, and then the scenario comes into picture, I think that makes sense. If it's a bang and I'm 50-50 on it, and I say, I just called Chan his second one. If I'm not sure on it, I'm not giving him the third one. I'm not going to do it.
If you strip it down to that level, then
that's where I'm at with it.
Because
all I said is benefit. I don't say favoritism. I don't say preferable treatment. I say benefit of doubt and leash. Right? That's why I said bang. If it's a bang play where I'm not sure, I didn't quite get it, I'm going to lean towards not giving this superstar his third foul when I'm not sure. Because the worst thing you want to do is go back at halftime and watch the tape and be like, you know what? I think I didn't want to. I think that was a block. Now you've done it, and you've compounded getting a wrong call with now I've also messed this game up.
I still think you're hurting the integrity of the game with that though, because if the bang play looks the exact same, and then you call it the other way because of who that player is, you're still making it. I called it the other way because of it. Maybe in the next scenario, as a ref, I was more sure of my call. Or what if you weren't? What if it was the same?
Then that'd be something different. That's why I'm saying, Paul. I'm stipulating to you that you should not be deciding the call based on the scenario or the player. But I think if you are unsure of the call, if you're unsure, you should take context into conteration.
But this is where the NBA comes involved, right? We bring it to the Spurs game, right? So, and I think Alan would get this. I think all of us would get it, but in our professional capacities, right? Especially if you work at a certain kind of professional organization, when you need to send somebody to go handle something that's particularly big, something that could have a lot of exposure, right? You don't send the rookie, right? You don't send even someone that has moderate experience. You send the vet, right? Because the vet, no matter what the situation is, you are going to trust that 9 times out of 10 they're going to make the right play. And going to the Spurs game particularly, if we did have a veteran who stepped in and made a right call. Maybe not a call that everybody would agree with, but he made a call that people would respect. It's only when the rookie ref came in and that kind of ruined the momentum. So that should never have been a situation that the NBA allowed. There should not be a marquee matchup in March, right? We're going into the playoffs. There should not be a marquee matchup where we have any rookie refs on the line, because to all of your collective points, whether we agree with it or not, the refs are there for a managerial experience. They are there. They have that's literally the point of their existence, whether we like it or not. Whether it affects the integrity or not, and how much it affects the integrity is a whole different question. I think Paul and Alan, you've explained it in a good way, and it matters as well. But at a level, we can't get away from the fact that if they are not there, right, the game goes sideways in a million ways. So you need the refs there. You can't get away from the fact that they are managing for the NBA, and it's a question of not how they're managing, but necessarily who the managers are. And I literally mean the personnel that's on the floor at the moment.
Yeah, I think that's why the Celtics Spurs scenario makes so much sense to me, because we had in real time the stark difference.
Yes.
Right? We had a crew chief veteran showing you how it's supposed to be done. And then we had a reactive, I don't even know if he was a rookie, but I know he wasn't a veteran, he wasn't the crew chief. So he was a subordinate ref in some capacity. Whether it's years, experience, who knows? You weren't crew chief. And I think the reason why you aren't a crew chief showed.
Right.
The crew chief showed you historically how refs handle scenarios like that.
Roasting this guy.
I'm not going to react to your first emotion. Let me hear what you're saying. Okay, I heard you. I might disagree, but I actually keep my mouth shut. He didn't even say anything about it. He went and moved on. you done something more now, and now you're demonstrative trying to take our conversation to go talk to another ref. I'm not gonna have that because I'm not gonna have you harassing all three of us. If you want to talk to me, cool, but don't now go talk to another ref about me. I'm gonna take you up real quick. Now I'm gonna walk away. I don't hear you because obviously you were already upset. I know you're gonna react to this tech. I know you are, because when has a star player ever been angry, got a tech, and then shut up? It's never happened. As a veteran crew chief, you already know I'm inciting the next reaction. But my point of my tech is not to literally stop you, it's to show you where the line is. Right? I'm showing you where the line is.
I don't think that should happen either, though.
I do.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem. You say one thing and then it's like you support another that actually contradicts what you say you support. Like
how?
Listen.
No, because remember, my constant is always on 50. If it's a blatant makeup call, I don't rock with that. But it's like the college kind of formalized it with possession. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a formalized way of saying we're going to try to stay balanced on discretion.
You're right,
when things are 50-50 scenarios, it goes this way, and then we tell the table, hey, next time it's 50-50, it's going the other way. In the NBA, I think that happens informally. Of course, refs should not be manipulating what they perceive to be clear calls. We can all debate how clear it should have been or not till the cows come home and the chickens come home to roost. But I'm saying when they experience uncertainty, because that's a reality, right? The reality is there are going to be calls. If you ever ref at any level, you know that there are calls where you're not quite sure. Things are fast. Things are physical. There's only 3 of you, which means you can't cover every quadrant of the floor, right? There's going to be a lot of times in the game where you don't know. You're not super certain of the call. As a professional ref who doesn't have a possession arrow, you have to have some mechanism for using your discretion on how to make 50-50 calls. I think in professional sports, context and situation should become the next factor you go to on 50-50. If your perception fails you, you should then go into a management mindset. So if I had a 50-50 call and I was like, I just made a call, boom, I'm not sure, boom, a player comes and talks to me and say, hey, I don't know if you saw this, and you say, you know what, I didn't. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you. I'll look for that next time, whatever. And in your mind, you go, I'm going to give this team the next 50-50 call. And a 50-50 call happens, boom, and you go, foul. That's good repping to me. That's management of the game. Because you know what you want. When you're on the opposing player, you'll be slightly annoyed at a makeup call, but every time you be like, you know what? When you know you just got away with some shit, and they come down and get a makeup call, you be like, you like to call it up like, that's a makeup. But everyone laughs and goes, we know what's going on here. Good stuff. Because at least
the reason I don't totally agree with that, because you're right, there should be a mechanism, but I think there's already a natural mechanism in place, and it's just human bias. You're a human, you're gonna have natural bias, and that's where the superstar calls come from, because you already know in your head, it's kind of like already placed in your head and your subconscious that this guy's a superstar. He averages 9 fouls a game or 9 free throws a game, whatever. He's going to get that call. When you start taking into the context, I think that makes it a little too. That's adding too much layer to it. I think just the simple fact that you being human, you have already placed biases in you. I think that's.
Do you think everyone's bias is in favor of superstars, though? That's
no,
that's
but
that's also where the balance comes in. Like there's biases that go in each direction, so that's why
naturally biases balance is what I'm saying.
And we'll never know that. We don't have an interview with every ref in the NBA to say, do you like superstars or do you not? We don't. That's not something we're gonna know, right? But it's like the Draymond thing, right? It's like at a certain point, we're all working towards the same product. There's clearly was a meeting or a conversation, and Draymond's not the first player in this category, where we are creating a new unique space for this player. Because if not, we're either as refs going to determine and tell the team you can't play this guy because of how he moves, which I feel like that's out of the place of the ref to do. It's not like if there's a play style that's overall productive, entertaining, and it's towards basketball and it's in basketball spirit, and this guy that's just his personality, that's the emotion he plays with, I'm going to create a space for that. I'm going to set a clear line. I'm going to set a clear boundary, but I'm going to create a space for that.
My problem is the word uses benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
I don't like that.
Why?
That's the problem, because who are you giving the benefit of the doubt? The player?
Yeah.
Based on what?
I'm going to bring in a bunch of factors.
Name some of them.
Tendencies.
Yeah.
Game scoring time. Game scoring time. And the importance of that player to his team.
You see, like that, to me, that's a problem. That is a problem. That is literally basing your call on who.
So what? So if
and that's where it's a slippery slope.
What's the alternative? If I'm 50-50, what should I do?
If you're 50-50,
what should I do?
If you're 50-50, I believe the makeup call should be taken into account.
No, but we're not even in a makeup call situation right now. Bang bang, we're watching a play. Block charge. I don't got it. What would you like me to do if I'm a ref? And in my heart of hearts, I know I don't got it.
What happened the last 50-50 call?
So you are in support of taking in the context.
Yeah, but context. Yeah, but the problem is this started with we're talking about who the player is and who they are to the team and the league.
You can't take that out of the context. I don't think you can.
How much you add that in can hurt the integrity of the game.
I think players earn that, though.
I don't know about that.
Players earn that. And I think that's the biggest thing. When superstars get upset, I think that's the biggest thing. I put in work out here. When a certain call doesn't go in my favor, what you're communicating is that what you perceived was not some sort of deterrence or violation of my play, that I just made an error. And that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to perceive what just happened, knowing what I do every night.
Come on, man.
No, real talk. Like when you play first, and it's gonna be going to another point, which is gonna lead to it, which is like if we go too far in your direction, then refs should never talk to players, and we wouldn't advocate that, right? Because when refs talk to players, I think in positive, productive ways, it's a better relationship. And you know what most of those conversations sound like? I've heard it on Mic'd Up. When LeBron is asking for a foul, he'll go and be like, brother, do you think I really was just about to miss a layup?
That's arrogant.
Is it, bro? Come on. Come on, bro. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. In certain scenarios,
you can't miss a layup. Who do you think you are?
Imagine it's like it's a signature fucking move. LeBron on his spin, back to his right hand, clap layup off the glass. We've watched him make that with 98.9% accuracy.
That's not 100.
But you could. It's also about the way it misses, right? If I do that, and I spin, and I freaking airball that layup, brother. I'm LeBron James. I'm not just finna airball this layup. Like,
until you.
How did you see that and not think something happened? Especially if you were 50-50. If I come to you and you say no, he didn't touch you, and you're definitive about it, okay, one thing. If I come to you and I'm like, brother, you didn't see the foul, and you tell me, I wasn't sure, then I'm gonna say, you think if you weren't sure, I just airballed a layup. You come on now. I'm not gonna do that. Like, what's the benefit? Give me the benefit of the doubt that this is what I do.
If you said you think I just airballed that and didn't get hit, that's different than saying you think me as LeBron James, like you talking in third person, you think me, LeBron James, will just miss a layup? That's arrogant. I'm not hearing that nonsense.
Come on, bro. These are professional athletes with legacies and careers and track records. Come on now.
Everybody misses. Everybody got
that's such a non-hooper take. That's like that's such a don't put these athletes on a pedestal take. Like, come on, let's be serious here. Let's be serious.
I am serious. What, you hear miss a layup?
You tell me you don't watch a game, and sometimes when something happens, you know in your mind something must have happened because he would never do that.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that there was a foul. It could have been.
But I'm saying if it's 50-50, if you're a ref and it's 50-50, and the guy missed egregiously, depending on who that player is, I'm gonna say he probably was fouled. If it's 50-50.
Well, that's because the player is there, but that I'm not gonna approve of a player going to somebody like I'm me. Like
that's a different point though. We're talking about the ref.
That's what you said. I'm using your words.
But I don't care about your opinion about the player saying it or not. I'm talking about the ref's decision. The ref's decision. If you're refing LeBron James and he goes and there's contact,
they're all NBA players. They can all say that about layup.
Brother. That's not true. You know,
me and you agree on a point, but don't tell me they're saying I'm LeBron James. I'm this player. I'm that. That's crazy to me. If you can feel that way without getting fouled,
you can feel that way. You can feel. I don't care to debate whether it's appropriate for them to say it or not. This is a fact. We've heard mic'd ups over the years and generations. Like when they talk to refs, they'll be like, "Hey, did you not see this? He's doing this." And sometimes the ref will either be sure and be like, "Nah, I don't got that."
Yeah,
or the ref will be like, "I didn't quite see that. I'll look for that." Okay, I hear what you're saying. I got that. Don't worry. Okay, understood. And or sometimes they'll even engage in a philosophical conversation. I don't know. I feel like if his foot was there, he beats him there. But nah, he has to be square. And they're like, okay, I hear what you're saying. Whatever. And sometimes it's like, hey, brother, I'm not finna miss a wide open. I'm not finna airball a wide open three. Like he clipped my elbow. You got to look for that. Now, if
wide open, man.
If Rob Dillingham comes and tries to say that to me, all right, young boy, I hear you. Whatever. If Ray Allen just airballed a three. And he says, "Come on, man, he hit my elbow. You know I'm not finna miss like that. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna hear him like, you know what? There's a good chance you're right, Ray. That's fair. That's fair. Unless I for sure am certain I saw that he didn't get touched. But if in my mind I know I'm not sure he didn't get touched, and he comes up to me and be like, brother, he hit me on my elbow, and I just saw him airball." I'm gonna go, you know what? He probably got hit. That's Ray fucking Allen. Like, come on now.
To close this, right? Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say at the back, just to close it for me too. I would say like when it comes to 50-50 calls, I think that when it comes to like games, if like 50-50 calls and you're thinking about management, I think what the refs should be thinking about in that moment is like if it's a true 50-50 call, how I want the game. Do I want the game to be more physical? Do I want it to be less physical? If I feel like make it more physical, these guys could fight, whatever. Like that's the kind of management I expect from a ref when it comes to 50-50 calls. And game winners too. I think that's the management that the ref should be thinking about personally. Because other than that, I think it's a slippery slope towards the integrity of the competition of the game.
It really
and that's what I'll say.
Then if y'all feel that way, refs and players should never talk then. Because think about the nature of those conversations. After a physical play, y'all don't ever see a ref come in and do warnings. If we're doing what you're saying, there should never be a warning. Because if you're warning, that means you saw a foul and you decide not to call it.
Not necessarily.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Why would you have to say anything to me?
Sometimes when
that's what it means. When you come in, you're like, all right, that's enough now. Y'all chill out down there. It's a little too much. I don't want to have to give y'all some fouls. Take it easy. That would be in your world ruining it. If you saw a foul, just call it. Don't have a constructive conversation with the players to try to get them to relax. Just call the foul. In your world.
Yeah.
Nah,
that's
I don't like that.
That's the integrity. That's what if it was a true foul.
Give me a chance. I'd rather a ref have some conversation with me. Tell me, hey, look, we're trying to keep this game a little cleaner. Y'all wilding out. I don't want to have to start hitting y'all with a bunch of fouls. Can y'all calm down and then let us self-correct? That's respect.
No, wait. If you said that fouls are subjective, then how can you say that every time there's a warning, there's a foul?
I don't understand your question.
If you said that fouls are subjective,
I'm saying when refs do those conversations, I believe they are perceiving things that are fouls and they don't want to start calling them.
You can't say that every time. Because you said that.
What do you think is another motivation for a ref to step in and have a conversation?
If something is 50-50 and you see a bunch of physicality that you think might be able to be called a foul, but it's 50-50, then you can give a warning where you think it's not necessarily a foul, but
that's sure, that's still in the spirit of the point I'm making. Like
no, because that means you literally said there is a foul. No, you can't say that,
brother. That's you're harping on the wrong part. That's not even the part of
your words.
No, but I'm saying that's not the emphasis of my point. Whatever the situation is, whether they're certain it was a foul, whether it was 50-50, they're seeing something that they have a feeling about, and instead of using their whistle, they're using their words. In your world, you would rather them not be collaborative or managerial and decide all decisions with their whistle. That's what it sounds like. So if it doesn't, I would ask you to clarify.
Your point doesn't live up. It can't hold anymore, because if it's 50-50 and you're saying every foul is subjective, or almost every foul is subjective.
Brother, I already conceded that. Can you respond to my question? I conceded the point you made. Sure. I'm saying.
No. I'm going. Listen. Hold on. The integrity of the game is not compromised if a player is having a conversation, to Alan's point.
But if there's but I don't see how not. If you think there should be no managerial discretion, why am I? And you think that any sort of interplay into what's going on is messing up the integrity of the game, why then would a ref ever instruct or advise a player?
No. If you tell somebody, if you're having a conversation about what you saw, right, and it was 50 as a ref, right?
I'm not talking about post call. I'm talking about there are times where refs, no whistle after a play, they are initiating conversation with the players, trying to influence behavior. In your world, where they should not be taking in the situation and trying to manage and control what's going on, in your world, the only thing they should be doing is making calls. So that's what I'm saying. Then if we go by that, then those conversations that I'm referencing now in this moment should never happen.
I see what you're saying, but at the same time, that's not definitive, because if it's 50-50 and you didn't make a call, and then you say it could have been 50-50, right?
Okay.
Then you're stating a statement of fact to a player in a league where refs are allowed to talk to players. It's not like there's a difference in saying, hey, like, okay, right? If I'm a ref and I tell a young player, listen, you went like this, right? To get somebody off of you, right? You kind of extend your arm a little too much. If you extend your arm too much, then it's going to be a foul. Just understand that. And I'm going to call that if it happens. Right?
I feel like in the strict world you two are constructing, that conversation should never happen. Because if I'm the defender in your world, right? If I'm the defender, hey, don't tell him that. I'm trying to bait him into doing that. I'm trying to get a charge. Why are you telling him how not to charge?
You're right. Yeah, I can see that. I don't think that's happening.
But But if it's happening with all the players, though, then.
But that's my point on the other way. If I'm doing it for the superstars on your team too, then isn't it balance?
No. I'm saying the players. You want to strip the fact that you added superstars into it.
Maybe I misunderstood what you were saying. What were you saying?
I don't care if you're a superstar.
But you said doing it for all the. You said if the ref was doing it for all the players.
Yeah.
Then I'm saying the ref is
like every player on the floor. He means like despite who they are, superstar or not, any player on the floor.
They're having these instructive conversations.
I don't like super. I'm gonna be very blunt. I don't like superstar calls.
That's put a pin in that. That's I'm not debating whether that's true. He doesn't like superstar calls.
Okay.
I think
that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm saying, but it doesn't happen that way. What I'm saying, because you just said you put young player on it, right? Yeah. You'll never see a player, a ref go up to a superstar and talk about, hey, I'm not even sure. Either way, I feel like you guys can't have your cake and eat it too. Either the refs are not involving themselves in making discretionary interjections in the game, or they aren't, or they are. Alan said he conceded it. I think in your world, if I'm not allowed to use or swallow my whistle in discretion based on what's going on, then I shouldn't do the same with my words.
Well,
I'm going to pose that to Alan because he said he conceded that. If you stand on shore that those conversations should be happening too, then I'll digress because then at least you're consistent. But I think this is an example where you are cool with that, but that's contradictory to not being cool.
Cool with what? Swallowing the whistle?
No, you're cool with the refs having instructive, guiding conversations to the players about how they should play to avoid certain calls.
That's what I was seeing before. Because at first I was like, yeah, I don't mind that. But so originally what I was going to say is that shouldn't happen after he like ignored a call, right? If he says that because he sees like things to get chippy, I might be cool with that.
Right.
But then you brought up the point.
What
of, like,
else would prompt him to have that conversation is my question.
50-50.
It could be super physical and not reach the point. Like Paul said,
right.
I see you extending, but he didn't fully extend, but you can see it happening. That'd be cool. But then you brought up the point like the offensive players be like, don't tell him that. Like that's giving him the
that's my point. Whether it was a missed call, a swollen call, or an almost call, so that's still messing with the game because you're now.
That's what I'm conceding to now.
You're basically giving him the cheat code of what your ref line is.
Yeah, and that shouldn't happen. So I don't think those discretionary things.
Why shouldn't that happen? Alan, I respect where you stand. I disagree, but at least you're consistent. I thought I could catch y'all on a contradiction, but if you stay consistent on that, then bet.
I call you on a contradiction.
Hold on. I'm gonna push back on that for a second. Why shouldn't that happen?
I disagree too, but I think that's a separate argument. I think it's I can at least respect that that Alan at least is consistent. Paul, you haven't answered whether you like those combos or not.
Hold on, wait a second. Can I get my answer from because we're here right now? I don't know if we're gonna have this conversation.
But we can't jump. We didn't get all the responses. We can't jump to the next convo. Paul, do you feel like those conversations are appropriate?
Yeah. If it's happening with everybody.
So then that's a contradiction.
No, it's not. Because if that same offensive player is like, hey, don't do that, but that the play before that same ref helped him, then you can't be mad. That's what's going on.
That doesn't make sense.
Thank you.
How does that not make sense?
That doesn't make sense, brother.
How?
Because in reality, it's never going to go that way. A rep is never going to be offering guidance to every single player on every team, every play. Right. Like it's not. So every time you do that, you're now stepping into that lane of space, which is why I respect Alan saying that should never happen because he doesn't like the calls that we were describing happening. So he said, don't talk to players and tell them what your ref boundaries are.
How about this? Most veteran refs, if a player, regardless of who they are, asks that ref about that call, he's going to.
That's not the scenario I'm talking about.
No, but the overall conversation is about how involved referees are within.
Yeah, but initiating a conversation is a different level.
Right.
The level of responding when a player wants to talk to you is a level less of involvement. And I think that's why Alan stands on what he stands on. When you start talking to players, when you walk up to a player to initiate a conversation and basically tell the player how you're about to ref the game, I can respect Alan saying that's also inappropriate.
Doesn't 90% of the time it happens because a player asks a ref?
Not necessarily. No, not necessarily.
Majority of the time,
we always see it, bro. When there's like jostling on a jump ball, or when there's a crazy rebound and the basket goes in or whatever, the ref will hold the ball, pull the whistle out, say some things to the players. Hey, chill out. All right, that's enough now. Or when they're shit talking. Do all shit talking lead to attack immediately? No. Sometimes refs will walk in between two players and say, all right, now, we good, and then let's play.
I'm okay with that because that's not giving an advantage to either or. I'm cool.
Texts are the most subjective.
I don't know. I feel like in your world, you should just call it.
But
because a tech naturally is just going to be subjective anyway. That's
when people are talking.
That's my point.
No,
that's my point.
Fouls are different. You act like fouls are just as subjective. No.
Yeah.
No, but we talking about text. Let's not forget. We that's why when we were talking about Jaylen Brown, we were talking about a tech. That's my point.
The nature of point is way more subjective than it. Like it's not even like the nature of a tech is the subjection is like built into it. You know what I mean? Like I see what you're talking about with other fouls, how it's like the outcome is subjective, but the tech.
So let me bring this back in then. The reason we went down the foul line is because me and Paul had a difference in opinion about the subjectivity of basketball calls writ large. It sounds like we are already agreed upon the subjectivity of a tech, which is where we started. So if that's the case, let's stay there then, because that's where me and Andre were arguing. Okay. We were talking about the subjectivity of a tech. So if we're all agreed on that, then I don't see how in that world of calls you don't consider the situation.
The situation where he's telling the people, like both players.
No. Going back to Jaylen Brown,
you know
getting
why?
that second tech. We were standing on part of the ref's job, and if you want to narrow it to just in terms of assigning techs, should be managing the situation. If you agree to the subjectivity of techs, then do you not agree that in decisions of making techs, you should bring into account the context and the situation?
You know why? You know why I agree? Because, and tell me if you all agree with this or if I'm wrong on this.
Okay.
This is the NBA's fault because the definition of what a tech is and how much you could talk isn't clear based on the NBA rule.
The only reason we went to the foul thing is because I think that's the case with almost every rule in the NBA rule book. But we can stay on text. Let's stay on text.
Yeah. Like they're not clear, so you have to just
especially today with all the step throughs and the pivots and please tell me you can read an NBA rule book and tell me you understand perfectly what every word in that shit says. Go ahead.
There's a man on Instagram who believes that.
I know who you're talking.
No, but that's my point. You
gotta get him on the podcast.
No, but remember, that's my point. 3 years ago, when those rules were on the books and he was saying that, we all looked at him crazy, right?
Yeah, and now look at today. Yeah.
That's kind of my point, bro. The words in the rule book have not changed. This guy interpreted it a certain way years ago, and now players are starting to, and refs are calling it that way, and now we just accept it. But at the time, we were like, what is going on here? These are travels. That's kind of my point. But again, we can bring it back to text.
Yeah, it's all subjective with text, honestly.
So should you not consider context and situation then?
Like even like foul language. Like, is that?
Can we pull up a copy of the rule book? Do we have that available to us?
We don't need to because we're agreed that text is subjective. So Alan, if we go to text, then do you think it's appropriate when you're talking about a tech or not to take in situation and context?
I do think that's appropriate. That's inappropriate because the situation that you're talking about, that would breed subjectively. I do, like, if I'm a ref, put me in the ref position. I do think his behavior warrants a tech, but I'm gonna let it go because XYZ. I think that's inappropriate. If you think it's a tech, subjectively or not, if you think that's a tech, call it a tech.
That's the NBA's fault, though.
You know what? This last comment just got
Alan, I respect you. You stand 10 toes on this. I thought you were saying how subjective. There's already subjectivity in it, because that was the point that you were making. There's already subjectivity in the decision of a tech or not.
But the subjectivity is, I feel like this player's behavior is out of bounds. Whatever it is, what his behavior is out of bounds. So
does context not inform that? If I think about this guy, how important this game is to this guy. And I think superstardom and regular player matters here. This game and whether winning or like, if this is a legacy defining game for this guy, I think I'm going to have more leash for how emotional you might get in this game versus a rookie who, brother, the stakes personally, individually for you in this game are not that high. So if you're going to talk to me crazy, watch your mouth. This guy is on a path to greatness, and this is a very important game for him. They've been talking about him in the media. This is a very emotional game. He's in a physical matchup with the top defender.
That sounds so crazy.
I'm gonna understand him being a little bit more emotional.
Yeah, but you know what? I think one thing I gotta ask a question because I've been thinking about this.
Go ahead.
Can you challenge a tech?
No,
and we need to fix that.
That's also why I think that goes more even to the objectivity. There's nothing to review.
Right.
It's basically how the guy feels.
Exactly. No, that's why it's NBA's fault. That's why I disagree with you, Alan. Like, you can't, like, you say, if I feel like it's a tech, you're not supposed to be feeling like it's a tech. What is the rule? What does the rule say?
Do you feel disrespected? That's basically what the rule is. Do you feel disrespected?
See, that's what I'm saying. I got to look up.
Yeah, that's the rule.
All right. Because we need some context here.
They should take into context, is this behavior and energy actually disrespectful, or is this guy just amped because this game is important? Is this personal? Is this guy stepping over the bounds, or is he emoting because this is a very serious situation and he's frustrated?
That's the referee. That's the NBA's fault, man.
I agree with you, but Paul, because they have it set up this way, don't you think it's a responsibility of the ref then?
Absolutely.
So can I
all right, then that's where we agreed. That's my only beef with the Jaylen Brown thing. If you have this kind of power, you have to read the room, brother.
But here's the problem.
You have to read the room.
He might have read the room and don't feel how you feel. That's the thing.
Well, he's about
but that's the crazy thing. He did, and some other next man didn't like the way he was talking to his mans.
Right.
That's immature. That's immature as fuck.
This is the problem. So here's the official rule. Here's the official rule. All right. I'm going to read it word for word. A technical foul.
Hold on, before you do that, I just want to get this joke off. You hate that friend. When you in a situation and you've been able to talk it out, and you're like, all right, bro, it's cool.
Yeah.
And your man want to come in like, hold on. What's good with you? It's brother, we just calmed it down. Why you coming in gassing it up? Like, because you want action.
Facts.
You hothead.
They're bored. They're bored. They live their life on 100 all the time.
I don't want that kind of friend as a ref.
No friends around, man.
Nah. I had a
flash out friend.
I remember when I was in law school, there was a student I saw to this very level. He had an objection. He was gonna win it, and then everyone knew you should be quiet, and he decided after the objection to start mouthing off to the judge, and the judge said, since you want to be that way, not only am I not listening to you, but I'm overturning. They can bring that in. Lost the whole case, brother. You have to know. So you got to make the distinction there.
I'm also saying that in the reverse, knowing that as a judge you have that power that you could basically move on how you feel because the rules allow you that latitude of discretion.
Right.
With that, you have to be responsible with that. And then if you guys want to narrow it to text, we can stay at just text. Refs have a long latitude with text. Texts are not challengeable.
Yeah.
Right.
Texts are not reversible.
Let me read the rule.
Can't analyze them, and they turn into money fines. Don't forget that part.
Yes.
So they
eventually turn into suspensions. Luka has to play with a whole different energy now for the rest of the season because he's a tech away from a suspension.
True.
Yes.
True.
So when you have that kind of power, I think yes, you have a responsibility to manage that and use it in a certain way. I also feel that way about a lot of basketball rules because I think a lot of basketball rules are subjective. But we can stay in text because that's where you agree.
So here's the thing, and there is a linguistic issue that we have here. All right, I'm going to read the rule, and I'm going to explain what I mean. So a technical foul may be assessed to any player on the court or anyone seated on the bench for conduct which, in the opinion of an official, is detrimental to the game. And my issue remains that word detrimental because that's
the situation and context. Yes. What detrimental to the game? Is this emotion actually detrimental to this game, or do you just not like it?
Right. And that's where the context comes in. And this is why, to my point earlier, we cannot have in marquee matchups less experienced refs on the floor at any point. Because what does detrimental mean? How far does that? Because here's the other side of it. Here's the other side of it that we haven't brought in. Timing. Not timing in the game, timing of the NBA era, right? Because detrimental in the 90s is different than detrimental in the 2000s, which is different than detrimental now. So how has that trend changed to the fact that now, okay, he's walking away, he's still talking, this is detrimental to the game. But how? And you actually need to be able as a ref. Obviously, this is a lot of rule changes I'm initiating or I'm requesting. You got to be able to explain your reasoning. How is this detrimental to the game? He's chatting, so what? He's doing this, so what? It's not like he's swinging on the ref. It's not like he's swinging on another player.
To wrap this and then get into the game, can I tell you the difference in how the vet handled it pursuant to those words versus the underling?
Yes.
When he was just talking to him, the man was open to conversation regardless of tone, verbiage, and energy, right?
Yes.
Jalen was yelling at him, whatever. All he said was, what's your opinion on it? Okay, got you, right?
Facts.
When did he give him the tech? When Jalen then went to take the conversation to another ref about him. Now you're delaying the game. Now you want to have a conversation with all three refs about the call. You want to talk to one ref about the other ref. I got to take that up because that's going to slow us down. I can't have you talking to all of us about this situation. You want to talk to me? Cool. I made the call. We can have a discourse about it. I'll even give you some latitude in how you talk because I know you're upset and I know it's a big game. But I can't have you having a conversation walking around the court with all three refs complaining about this call. Tech. But then when the second tech came, Jalen was still only talking to the ref that made the call who was cool with him talking to him.
Right.
This is why I say it's gonna get to the point where these things need to be like specifically, you need to have a whole separate rule book for text.
But here's the thing, and Paul, here's the thing about it. I think The part of why I disagree with you on this that they change it is because, again, I think basketball is a rather subjective sport. That's why the tech exists. The tech exists because the institution of refs is for an arbitrary of the discretionary. That's why the tech rule is written that way. That's the power of a ref. That's what the game is like. The game basketball is a super subjective game, man. It just is. It's not that objective of a game.
Every game
the objectivity in basketball is did the ball go in or not, or were you out of bounds or not? Were you behind the 3-point line or not? Everything else, bro, is an opinion.
That's true. I disagree. I wholeheartedly we went over that already, so I'm not gonna go over it, but we wholeheartedly disagree on that. What I will say is
I challenge you to read the rule book and tell me those words are plain English.
Okay, all right. What I would say, two things, right? Number one, in hockey, they're allowed to fight. In baseball, they're allowed to almost fight and clear benches.
No, they're not.
Clear benches.
They're not, because the refs have ejection power in those too. You know what those umps do? They just let it go. There is not in the rule book is it allowed for the whole dugout and the bullpen to clear out and run the field. That is not allowed.
But is there a rule that's saying you're not allowed to, like in
Yes.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
Really interesting.
Discretion.
Racism. But anyway, listen.
That's why there's such a problem with umps at the home plate, is because it's a super objective thing. Like, once we see the replay, there's not going to be a difference of opinion about what it was. Everyone wants to see the replay will see that there is a truth, and then there's the call. That's not true of basketball. You can show a replay to 3 million people and get 3 million different opinions on what happened. That's not the same with the ball and a strike. The thing either went in the strike zone or it did not.
But anyway, imagine in the NBA if the players call their own calls, like in the street.
The game will never get done.
Imagine calling your own calls in the NBA game. That's crazy.
Now let's get to the game. What did y'all see in the game, Alan? You first.
Hour in.
I told you there's 3 combos I wanted to have on this game. 3 very good combos, and y'all delivered on that first combo. Good stuff.
Yeah, man. But it was a good game. A couple things I noticed off the bat. The first thing I definitely noticed is that I think both teams played really good perimeter defense. I think they're on point with that. It was basically, I think we saw really good coaching decisions from both sides, right? Like, I noticed when it came to guarding Jaylen Brown, they did a lot of switching. When they went back and forth with the switching, right? They sometimes pre-switched. They sometimes had a third player like coming to help on the pre-rotate. And I think that was good for them, for OKC, because it kind of neutralized Jaylen Brown's like physicality a little bit. He's really good at just getting to the paint and drawing fouls just off the strength. He's a really strong player, and I think bringing in a couple guys to help him, I think that was really good. With Shea, they threw everybody at him, and it was kind of working in the first quarter. They were throwing a lot of people at him. Sean Shire, what's the dude? The ball dude that looks like Travis Villanueva. I forgot his name.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that guy on the Celtics, he guarded shit. They threw a lot of different looks at him. But at a certain point, he just started cooking. And to me, Shea has like elevated his game. He's not to the point where he's been like he was an elite scorer, right? Elite scorer. He's kind of like now entered that realm of like unstoppable, where it's like you have to throw 2 at him. That's the only way you're going to stop him. You have to throw 2 at him, because it's either going to be a call or he's going to make it. Like, you can't.
Or both.
He's not at the point where you can't risk, like, if it's a game situation, you can't risk his one-on-one and him making a shot. You got to get the ball out of his hand. Let me look at my notes real quick. When we're doing game of the week, I take a little bit of notes just so I can remember everything. The Celtics, to me, the Celtics did not have the greatest game, but they were able to stick in the game to me because they just hustled better. Like, it was a lot of 50-50 balls they had. that they got to. Often they killed it in offensive rebounds and second chance points. I don't remember what they said the differential or the second chance points was, but the Celtics were getting to everybody. They were hustling, and that's how they stayed into the game. And that's become kind of like their identity. What else? When it came to the clutch time, everyone made a big deal about the OKC's coach decision to not call that timeout in the last couple minutes. And I agree with that. That was a big call. That was a big risk. But I think it was also genius because they've been killing you this whole time. The whole game on the boards and offensive rebounds, they've been killing you. Mm-hmm. And you made that decision knowing that every other player they're playing. The Celtics was playing small ball at that point. You got the biggest size advantage. Just for you to be that aware to me is really, really impressive. That's what I respect most about the NBA and the NBA level coaches and players is that they think the game in all these different ways, right? That the viewer may not see. So after the fact, when it was all dissected and I realized that's what happened, I think that was a really, really smart coaching move. But overall, it was a really good defensive game. But my biggest takeaway is that Shai's he's been different, but he's really, really, really different.
He's a tough shot maker.
He's a top shot, but he might win MVP and Clutch Player of the Year this year. Honestly, it's crazy what we're seeing. I don't know if we're going to talk about his record as a topic today, but to me, he's reached another level. He's on another plane right now. When he's really top tier.
Oh, for sure. And to go to something, Alan, you brought up, and this is something I've been thinking about. I just wanted to double check because I'm maybe I was tripping because I don't get the decision here. But you mentioned the fact that the Celtics were killing the Thunder on the offensive board. Yet, in the most prevalent situation of the game, their best rebounder is nowhere to be found.
He was going to check in. He was going to check in. If that timeout was called, that guy was ready to check in. That's why I think it was so smart.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, and that's taking advantage of the situation. That's how you get to where you're going, right? It's a hard call to make. Obviously, could Joe Mazzulla have called the timeout prior?
Mm-hmm.
Could Joe Mazzulla have called the timeout prior?
Prior to what?
Prior to that possession, could he have called the timeout himself? Because I would have. Get Keita back in the game.
I don't think he might just call a timeout on defense.
He's saying back when they're on offense.
Back when they were on offense.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Okay.
But you don't want him in the game when you have an offensive possession.
Yeah.
It's the danger of playing offense defense.
But I don't know if that's true.
Really, it's the danger of the fact that Jaylen Brown had 5 fouls.
Right. Yes. No, that's true.
That's the issue.
That's true. But Jaylen Brown was still on the floor. And that's my point. I mean,
on offense, he was. He wasn't on defense. It took him out for that last possession.
I think he was on the last possession.
He was not on the court for that last possession.
Okay. All right. Well, that being said, that was my biggest takeaway because I was just thinking why wasn't Keita there? But it's a tough game, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a tough game. Chet making the free throws. I think it's hilarious that for the Thunder winning a game like that from the free throw line, that's kind of funny. Only because of the narratives around them all season, and also the narratives around something else we'll talk about later. And we can get into that, but yeah, no, I think one thing that comes away from this is star for star, blow for blow. Shai is that guy. As Alan is saying, he passed the record. He hits those tough shots, and what I saw was a masterclass in getting to your spots for Shai consistently. There was that one play where he did that little shimmy pump fake 3 times before pulling. And I'm like, oh, he's just playing with him. He's just playing with him.
He has the book. He has a certain book, and he's memorized every page of the book.
And that's the thing. You don't get to average.
He's a third generation of that book, by the way.
Hold on.
The book.
This year.
It was lost for a generation, actually. Kawhi might have picked it up for a moment.
Oh, you're right. Matter of fact, yeah, Kawhi got that book.
Kawhi might have picked it up for a moment.
Kawhi got that book. No, he still got that book. He's still got that book.
He's killing around.
When he's around. All to be said.
He's been on the block. Debo has been on the block, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a fact. Listen, man. And we talked about it in the beginning, but in a game like this, to not have a Jason Tatum, to not have another guy you can rely on, it puts you in bad situations. So like I said at the very beginning of this, I learned more about the Celtics than I did about the Thunder, because at no point did I ever actually think the Thunder were going to lose this game. I'm going to be honest.
Really?
Really?
Oh, you went a completely different direction than I thought you were.
Yeah.
No.
Keep going.
I really didn't think they were going to lose this game. That being said, what I learned about the Celtics, they're still a tough team, but they are incomplete. They don't have enough. And they continue to not have enough against top tier talent.
I think you're skipping over. I think this is what Paul's going to go in on. I'm going to toss it up. What I think a lot of ways you could have walked away from this game is the Thunder. It took almost everything you had to beat this team without two starters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Tough.
And for those that say Jalen Williams isn't there, Jalen Williams hasn't been there most of the year. We don't know if he's going to be there in the play. We don't know what capacity he's going to be in the playoffs. So for all intents and purposes, this is your team moving forward.
Hold on. Wait. One thing that we're forgetting, though, you can't say it's just Jalen Williams, because they also didn't have Hartenstein, who they rely on.
That's a fair one. I still think if you're talking about production,
losing Tatum.
Jalen Williams hasn't been there most of the year. Hartenstein is giving you quality of play, but he's not giving you a ton of production. You're talking about 45 to 50 points sitting over there in street clothes for the Celtics.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But you're also talking about at least 10
and defensive versatility. We got to stop forgetting how much better Jason Tatum makes this team defensively and rebounding wise. No way that offensive rebound goes to the Thunder if Jason Tatum is in this game.
No, 100%. But that being said, when you don't have the two players the Thunder are losing, that's 18 rebounds you're not getting.
18.
Jalen Williams has 8. Hartenstein on his best nights, and I would chalk this up to probably him having one of his better nights.
That's a generous gift.
Hartenstein be getting rebounds.
No, I'm just saying, you're just assigning that he would have had one of his better nights that night.
Jalen Williams too, like 8.
You don't think Jalen Williams gets 8 rebounds?
When this year in the few games he played?
Not this. I mean,
that man's like 6'4". So I don't know.
My thing is, we're talking about a version of the Celtics team that literally played last game. Right. You're talking about a version of the Thunder team that we haven't seen all year.
No, that's true. I'm just saying, because we were talking just to the point of missing players and what the impact could have been. I don't know that a full-fledged Celtics team versus a full-fledged Thunder team would have been that big of a difference. I'm going to be completely honest.
That's not what we were saying when Tatum came back.
Against everybody else but the Thunder. That is what I was saying. Against everybody else but the Thunder.
Who guards him?
When they're there, Jalen Williams has to do it.
That's food.
Jalen Williams.
Respectfully.
Jalen Williams is food to Tatum? Maybe, actually. Maybe.
That's food, respectfully.
Maybe. But who else? There's literally no one else you can send to do it. There's no one else you can send to do it. Maybe Dort. Right.
Or you put Dort on him, but then Jaylen Brown goes crazy.
Jalen Williams and Dort. I mean, Jalen Williams is a good defender, so we can't.
I didn't say that. The Spurs have good defenders, right?
That's facts.
You feel me? I'm talking about a first-team All-NBA caliber player, bro.
Yeah, but he had 24.
You're talking about 2 of them now, because Jaylen Brown's going to be first-team this year.
Yes, that's a fact.
Talking about 2 first-team All-NBA level players. I think people don't understand this. Like we're not talking like this might sound crazy, but we're talking a step below. We're talking pre-KD Warrior level, top level talent.
Pre-KD.
When you talk about the top 4 of the Celtics, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, that top 4 is maybe a step below the top 4 talent of the 2015 Warriors.
The 2015 Warriors?
Step below, yes. Heavy on the
step below. A step below. Steph, Clay, Barnes.
Heavy on the step below.
Yeah. I don't
know about heavy. Line up those 4. Steph, Clay, Dre, Barnes.
That's a different Draymond back then.
I understand that. I'm saying line it up. Tatum, Brown, Pritchard, White.
I might honestly. That might even be bar for bar.
You're talking about two. I don't know if Clay ever made a first team All NBA, bro.
I don't think
Respectfully.
I don't mean nothing. So, that man is nice.
It's
I know he's nice.
Because
We're talking about two first team All NBA players on the same team. That's Dwayne Wade, LeBron talk. Now you're talking about.
That's why I'm open to be bar. But I don't know if it's a step below because obviously no one matches up to.
That's the thing. I don't know the step below.
But they both, I think, more talented than Clay. So it's
high key.
I might call it
Prime Clay with it. At least
they're both better than Prime Clay. I'm standing on that.
No,
I'm standing on that too, man.
Yes.
People forget. So I knew this would happen too. People forget it.
No, I was the biggest. I said that Clay was the best two guard in the league for a long time.
He was for a long
time. Only rivaled by Jimmy Butler, specifically between May and June.
We know he don't care about the rest of the years
at all.
A little bit of April, a little bit.
Rest of the month.
Just to get reps. April was for reps. He do it like once a week.
That's a fact. No, but the Celtics are good, man. But the Thunder are. Sorry, Paul. Last thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, because we're comparing the top four of the Celtics to the 2015 Warriors. I think the top four of the Thunder might be on par also. High key.
Who's that fourth? Who are you putting at fourth?
It's Jalen, Chet, Shea, and probably
whoever you're going to put in the fourth.
Mitchell?
Whoever you put in the fourth.
See, we don't even know who you're putting for. I think that's
honestly, you could fill it in. You could fill it could be Dort, it could be
bro, get Dort out of here, bro.
No.
Caruso.
The way you feel about Benedict Mathurin, you need to feel that way about Lou Gans.
Yeah, low key. Shout out to myself,
I don't think the Thunder strength is in the top four talent. I think the Thunder strength is at
Montreal Thug.
The Thunder strength, the Thunder strength is their 6 through 9.
That's why I said Alex Caruso.
No, but their top four actually isn't that good. I think their strength is their 6 through 9.
Isn't that good?
It's not.
Not that
their strength is in their 6 through 9. They have one of the best 6 through 9s I've ever seen.
That's true, but I can't say they're top.
If we're talking historically, Shea is great. He's up there with anyone you want to give me right now, right? And it's trending towards him being that historically. Jalen Williams as a 2 is still relatively unproven, bro. He made one third-team All-NBA, and the immediate next year he's been gone. So I don't know. You can't put him next to a Clay. You can't put him next to a pick Tatum or Brown, whichever one you want to make the 2. You can't put him next to that. You can't put him next to Dwayne Wade.
You're right.
You can't put him next to some of these historic 2s. Chet, same thing as a 3. He's great. Made his first All-Star team this year. I'm not putting him next to Chris Bosh.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Right?
The wrong conversation.
And then we don't even know who we're putting it for because it's kind of a wash. But again, it's their 6 through 9. The fact that their 6 through 9 looks like Cason Wallace, AJ Mitchell, Wiggins.
I really like AJ Mitchell, man.
The fact that they're McLean, a top draft pick, as their 10, like they have their 5 through 11 is ridiculous. They have 3 possible starters on their bench, 3 of them,
and still, we having the wrong conversation because this is what we need to talk about.
And that's a fact too.
This is what we need to talk about.
That's a fact too. A lot of here's the thing that kept me like hesitant with that though. Learn from the game. These guys have been showing up
all year.
But the interesting thing is these are a lot of the guys that have sat behind guys during the Celtics playoff run. Yeah. So they're very. I gotta. Part of me has to. I don't know how Hernandez is about to play in the playoffs. Hauser is a shooter. But those looks are going to be different. There's a reason why Hauser. He's been on the team for a while. There's a reason why he hasn't cracked the rotation before this year.
Well, I just want to.
I'm a little hesitant on that. I'm a little hesitant on the bigs. Kata's tall, athletic, and he's nice now. but there's going to be a learning curve for several of these guys. So that's why I still think the Celtics' strength is in their top 4. I'm not calling their depth the strength yet.
No. Listen, I'm not going that far. I just want to talk about this because I haven't talked yet, right? About this specific game. I think we've learned that the Lakers, their excited whites are
whoa.
The Celtics have the real excited whites.
Those are not whites. Those are not whites.
Who's not white?
I'm not gonna have this Dr. Umar conversation up here.
I'm just telling you, they're not.
Who says so?
Who's not white?
They're not whites.
We're not having that conversation.
Payton Pritchard's not white?
We're not having that conversation.
That's one exciting white.
No.
Not white?
No.
He's not that exciting. He's not that exciting.
Hauser's exciting.
No, he's not. What is he doing? He hits like 2 threes a game. Let's relax. Let's calm down.
Timely big threes. Come on.
Let's calm down. Let's calm down.
Huh? I'm not getting into it.
Garza
and Gonzalez. The real exciting whites are on this. That's all. I'm gonna leave that there. All right. I'm gonna leave that there. But they got the.
You can't just leave that there. You can't.
Listen.
You can't. Those are not exciting whites.
Yes. So what are they? Some Spaniards. Listen. All I'm saying is they're good. They're very good.
They're good.
They're good. So
you know who you sound like right now, right?
Ooh.
Don't worry about it.
All right. But listen.
All right.
Listen. They play hard. They all them offensive rebounds that they were getting.
Gonzalez and Garza.
Yeah. Like they play hard. They could shoot well. They complimented Jaylen Brown. I think Jaylen Brown had a good game, not a great game. And I think
34 points.
I think he had a good game, not a great game.
It wasn't very efficient though.
Exactly. Because the thing is, those role players kept them alive. Payton Pritchard, yo, I did not. I knew he was good, but
he's been all season.
He's
good. Right, bro. I slept on him. Listen, I knew the type of shots that he takes, but he was making them. That's what surprised me. That's what really surprised me. So
I mean,
I'm gonna give it up. He's nice, man. He's looking very Austin Reeves-ish to me.
No. Relax. He was 6 of 17. He's not. That's not Austin.
Calm down. We have to relax.
Yeah,
and he only had 14 points. That's not Austin.
Don't get me to talk about what Austin's been doing since LeBron finally let go.
Listen, all I'm gonna say,
the
quality of the shot. The quality of the shot. He was 6 of 17.
What?
But the quality of the shot. Quality of the shots, right? The time.
Hey, boy.
Now listen.
You put Austin in his spot right now. Tell me what the Celtics about to do.
That's a fact. Listen. But
that's 3 All-NBA players on one team.
Well, listen. All I'm gonna say is
All-NBA.
It's very.
If he didn't miss the games, he for sure was 13 All-NBA this year. Argue it with me.
You got it.
Austin
Reeves.
Yeah, man.
But finish your point, Paul. Finish your point.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that this is the last I'm gonna say. Going back to the original conversation that we had, the very first conversation we had about the refs, right? It's almost as if
an hour on. Yeah, how could we forget?
It's almost as if, based on what you were saying, Farrell, that they should have let that foul go. Oh, shit.
Why?
Explain that.
That was a game-winning foul.
On an offensive rebound?
I mean, Chet got 2 free throws to put them up late in the game.
But what about the scenario says that lends towards a no call?
It's the end of the game.
That's a philosophical choice.
50-50 call.
I did say 50-50.
I mean, listen, we all know what typically happens at the end of games. They allow more physicality.
No, but you're going further than I would go. You're saying ignore what happened and just go scenario. If you watch the tape, that was a clear foul. So I would not advocate for letting that go.
You said all fouls are subjective.
Sure, but what I'm going to lend towards is I think it's reasonable to perceive that those refs were not unsure about that call.
Okay, but it was just interesting.
I think you are unsure.
You let it rock.
No, because I think I think it's a philosophical question, right? Because in terms of managing the game, there's an argument that either way manages the game, right? Because watch this. You could say you're managing the game by let the players decide, or you could say one of the star players got a great rebound and went up strong and should be rewarded for that at the end of a game.
Win the game. You talk about
yeah.
You talk about the rest should care about the fans.
Yeah, but think about that. No, but think about that. Think about that. Think about that. That's a great.
That was a very anticlimactic.
Yes, but that's not what I'm talking about. That's a great play, right? Made by one of the star players. I'm not saying this is what happened or what I'm just saying that you trying to bring that as an example. I think it could go in either way. I think you could be in the mindset of I'm gonna manage the game by letting the players decide it. But I think you could easily also be on the side of I have to reward Chet Holmgren getting in the mix, getting a huge offensive rebound and going up strong.
Not at the end of the game. I don't know.
See, but that's your personal opinion about management of the game, which you don't want to use, right? Which you don't use, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a fact.
There we go. All right. Cool. We spent a lot on refs in respect to Jaylen Brown, but any reaction to his comment after the game? We could put his ejection aside. I think we argued that conversation as completely as we could, but we have another reffing conversation to have, and I have recommendations. He made a public plea against foul baiting after the game, and he said, we say we reward players for playing the right way, but we're giving the benefit of the doubt to players who are seeking to manipulate the game, and I just don't think that's basketball. I'm athletic, I'm strong, I go straight to the rim, I don't flop, I don't foul bait, and most of the time it seems like I'm not rewarded for that.
He needs to start foul baiting.
He's foul baiting right now by saying that.
He is foul baiting right now.
Can I start this off?
Go for it.
Just to give us like a structure for this. I have this is actually it's becoming a big conversation, and that's because once again the NBA has slipped into not having anything entertaining to talk about except this conversation and Shai's record because they failed again.
That's Shai's record. That's not the hottest topic.
We're gonna get to it. The mechanisms for litigating foul baiting and flopping already exist in the NBA rules. They just need to be expanded. And here's what I mean by this. First, we have to start, since we're talking about interpretation of words is kind of the theme of this pod. I think we have to stop grouping together the words foul baiting and flopping. I think those actually are two very distinct things. Here's my opinions and interpretations and definitions. I think flopping is, there's an egregious flop, which is feigning contact. And then there's a performative flop, which is embellishing contact, right? But the stem of it is illegal contact from the defender. But you are being theatric to make what happened to you rather obvious, right? And seem maybe more dramatic than it was. Foul baiting, I think, is something different. I think foul baiting is when you manipulate the space between you and the defender to put them in a precarious position that is being interpreted as a foul. But the initiation of the contact is you. You are the aggressor. You are initiating physicality, but you are doing so in a way that you're manipulating the defender's body, and then that's being interpreted as them fouling you. These are two different things. Both, I think, could be litigated against. And I'll use the example of rules that already exist. So many, many years ago, the NBA addressed the sweep-through move, right? Because there used to be a cheese. All the vets, all the superstars did it. That if you were being hand-checked, because back then hand-checking was illegal, when you were being hand-checked, if you swung your arms through the arm that was attached to you and went up and shot it, that was called a shooting foul, right? Chris Paul was great at it. KD was great at it. Kobe was great at it. Dwayne Wade was great at it, right? They took that cheese out and said that while it is a foul because you should be allowed to move, and if the hand is on you in an arm bar and does not move and you make contact with it, that's a foul. But they said that is no longer going to be a shot attempt because we recognize you really did not have any intent to shoot that ball. It wasn't a natural shot motion. So now when you see a sweep through, which Jaylen Brown used in the game, right, which I think is interesting, right? It's just called a foul side out of bounds unless you're in the bonus, right? So that means there already exists a mechanism in basketball where we acknowledge that there was illegal contact. Discernment to know that was not a legitimate shot attempt, right? I think that could be applied to foul baiting because the thing is, the type of contact that Shai creates, while he is the manipulator and the aggressor of it, based on the rules, you are not allowed to make that contact, right? He's allowed to determine his direction. If he wants to change his line of drive to now be at you, even though it's physically impossible, the rules would stipulate you have to either square up to him or allow him that space and defend in front of him. If you don't, and he drives into you, that contact is illegal. The issue is when he does that and throws the ball up in the air and fakes a shot attempt, and he's being rewarded with free throws for that. So if we apply the same sweep through principles and say, okay, that was illegal contact, but Shai, that was not a legitimate shot attempt, ball out of bounds on the side unless it's the bonus. That's one. That is what I think is an easy way to address the foul baiting. Is the same thing with the sweep through. Take the free throws out of it. Acknowledge that, hey, this is contact that we don't want to have happen. But let's be real about these aren't real shot attempts. He is not actually attempting to shoot the ball, so he shouldn't be getting free throws. Now, flopping, also on top of that, I think if we could review, I think more of these plays should be challenged because I think certain manipulations of the defender's body is a foul by the offensive player. The thing that James Harden used to do, if you sweep up and grab my arm, that's a foul on you.
Right.
If you, the same way that they used to call the hooks on the baseline spins, if you baseline spin and hook me and grab me, they call an offensive foul. So more teams, if Shai does a sweep through, now a straight sweep through, 2 hands on the ball, it is what it is, but they should just say that's not a shooting foul. If he comes in and he leans into you and grabs your arm or lifts you up with his shoulder, that should be called an offensive foul. So we need to have more teams challenge so that these can be called offensive fouls, and we need to take the shot attempts out of these fake shots, these shots where you're throwing yourself into a defender, which you're allowed to do. You're allowed to change your direction, but you are not actually shooting that. The way they be putting it in their left hand, creating the contact, and then quickly switching to the right hand and throwing it towards the basket. Hey, foul outside out of bounds. Now, flopping is something different. Flopping, again, we are talking about illegal contact, but what you're doing is you're being over theatric to attempt to influence or sway the referee. Well, we also have a mechanism for when players are being over theatric on the court, do we not? Do players not get texts for celebrations?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
I know. Well, we don't have to go into the subjectiveness of it, but I'm just saying, in terms of mechanisms that exist, right?
That's you saw
in terms of mechanisms that exist in certain situations, players will receive a technical foul for a celebration for over theatrics. Also, when you're being demonstrative towards the ref, trying to get a call is another scenario where you can get a tech, right? So if you flop, the ref can make a decision on whether you actually did get fouled or not, but you should be able to receive a tech for the flop. That was over theatric, excessive flailing, excessively throwing your body to the floor. So I bet you flopping would stop if in the span of one play, not only did you not get the foul call because it wasn't a foul, I'm giving you a tech for doing all that. The same way, it's the same sentence when you get a tech for a celebration. What's the explanation? You did too much, right? When you're asking for a call verbally, you can get a tech for doing too much, right? How about when you're asking for a call physically? Hey, tech, you're doing too much. Those are my suggestions. We already have mechanisms for the type of categories these behaviors fall into. We just need to apply them.
Didn't the NBA say they were going to start doing that for flops?
They fined. They fined. It was different. It was post-game review.
Okay.
And then it was like if you did a certain amount, you got suspended or something. But I think it should just be a tech.
Word. Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't
Even
mind
if you
that.
get the foul. Even if you get the foul, it's like, bro, get up. You did too much. Like, relax. You're being over theatrical. You're trying to demonstratively influence the referee. Isn't that all the words we say with these texts?
So I think those are two good suggestions. Like the second one should definitely be implemented. I think that would help it and stop it. And the first one is a good suggestion, like making it in like a common foul, not a shooting foul, like side out of bounds. It's hard for me to picture a world where the refs will get it right every time. Like, I think even if we do make it a rule, the game is happening so fast. I don't know if refs are going to get it. And on top of that, I don't know if the players are going to stop like spamming that, even if that is the rule. They're just going to use it to get some dudes like in foul trouble instead of looking for it like to get points. But like this, I'm fine with the suggestion though. I just wonder if it will correct the problem of it happening. Huh?
I was hoping Paul saw that.
What do you say?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Pharaoh Dad trying to have a different conversation on this one.
Really having our household. You got to relax. That's what I told you. Be educated in this topic over here.
Yes.
But that
I'm talking. That's Austin Reeves is from Kansas. It's an exciting white.
Exciting white.
That's who they look up to over there.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma.
Oh, never mind. Not the same town as Clark Kent.
Shut up, bro.
What's wrong with you?
I think Alabama, actually.
Alabama?
He's from Bama.
You might be right. We just naming.
All them states. No, I heard he's from Mississippi, low key.
Colorado?
Nah, Tennessee.
Anyway,
that makes sense for his game. I'm not gonna lie.
Anyway, what do y'all think about my suggestions? That was good input, Alan. Alan, just to respond to your point, I think that's the case with everything, right? But I think there's a frustration for the fact that this is an unaddressed thing that we're acting. Right. The only mechanism we have for this is foul or no call, which doesn't actually address what's happening. Whereas where we had that situation before with the sweep through, and they addressed it. They litigated. Okay, we now determine this thing is a foul, but it's not a shot. I think that's a very easy framework to assign to this. Like, there's a standpoint where like this is foul, but let's acknowledge that these guys aren't actually trying to shoot the ball. I would have to think about that. Give me time.
Name them.
Because he's probably going off rings. And then if we do that, see, I don't want to have to deal with
Where's Powell in that lineup?
Yeah, I just said ring. Like if we talk about rings, then
another Spaniard,
huh?
Another
Spaniard.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're not including.
He was
him.
the first. He was the first Spanish champion in the NBA, mind you.
Mm.
Mad Laker jerseys when I went to Spain, mind you, in Barcelona. Mad.
I'm sure.
Right? I can see that.
Sure.
But I mean, I agree with you. What you say? What I will say is Luka won't last the season if you.
I don't know because you know what the difference between Luka? Luka tries to get an and one every time he baits. All his shooting motion are legitimate because a lot of the times it goes in. Shea be just throwing it in the air.
throwing his body in the air.
No, I'm talking specifically about the shot. Like a lot of his foul baiting that he gets free throws for, he's initiating the contact, but then there's no real shooting motion. He just gets the ball from his palm upwards. And that's when people are like, yo, he's not playing basketball. He's playing football with a basketball and then throwing it up.
And
he's cupping the ball, running into us, and then throwing the ball up. He's not actually attempting to shoot it. Luka will sweep under you or bump into you and immediately shoot a fadeaway or a floater. Like he at least is trying to actually shoot the ball. I've never seen Luka sweep through and then just go, The same way they did with the 3-pointers. It's now offensive foul if you kick. It's now offensive foul if you jump off your jump line into someone trying to shoot. Or sometimes they just don't call the shot. Sometimes you pump fake and they land on you. And if you like try to just throw it backwards, they'll say side out of bounds. And they'll be like, what? And they're like, bro, you weren't shooting that. Let's be serious. You did not shoot that ball. So we have the mechanisms for this stuff already.
That's a fact. I agree.
The NBA hit this line. Let's get it happening. Let's write the rules.
Just give it. Listen, if the NBA tuned into us, they'd have suggestions to all their problems. So I'm just saying.
See, I can't. Like, what do you want me to respond to this, Mikan?
Oh no!
Like before my time, brother.
I have to be respectful, but
no,
Mikan.
Where does Steve Blake go on this list?
Come on, Mikan.
Where does Steve Blake go on this list?
Steve Blake was tough. Steve Blake was tough.
Come on, tell me about him.
That's a legend right there.
That's a word, I don't like the way you said that.
No, you got to tell me about him. Listen. MJ had it. MJ had his exciting way. Kobe had his. Tell me.
But you were just too excited. Tell me about Steve Blake. Say more.
That's a 2K11. That's a 2K11. That's a 2K11 legend.
You didn't play for the Lakers.
You said, tell me about him.
You did. Wait, Kevin did
for the Lakers?
Briefly. During the WAC years.
Yeah, I remember him.
He started next to Robert Sacre. Real Laker fans know. See, these Kobe fans, they don't know the name Robert Sacre.
Was he on
these Kobe fans? Oh, we have to have a conversation about this on this platform. Eventually. In the offseason, you got to have this.
I'm not a Laker fan.
All right, real quick, just to square off all this Laker talk. This is our one rapid take. I'm not even gonna pull the timer up.
Who said Steve Nash? Come on.
At the time, I can't say that. Yes, he put the jersey on and he is who he is, but like,
no,
we saw what he was when he was Laker. Like, let's not be silly.
Wait, hold on. You said
let's not be silly.
Real quick. For this,
ain't Nate about to be quick about this.
Okay, all right.
Nate gonna be quick about this. I'm gonna let you know.
I'm gonna just ask it straight up. Are the Lakers better either without LeBron James or with LeBron?
Wait, that's what you want to talk about?
Oh yeah.
That's why I said rapid. That's why I said rapid. Quick.
Paul wasn't here at the beginning.
That's why I said a quick rapid.
This must be a rapid.
I just want to hear a quick.
Before we get to what you want to talk
about. Oh, I was about to say.
No, relax, brother.
Yes, the Lakers are better.
This is why you have to come to pre-production.
Yes. The answer is
yes. You have to come to pre-production.
The answer is Sasha Vucevic is tough. The answer is yes.
Listen, don't do this to me. I love Sasha with all my heart.
He's tough. He's tough.
He's not.
He was nice in 2K too.
He's tough.
Top five, like aura wise, like top five legacy wise. Maybe you're right.
Yes. OG said Austin behind Sasha.
How about my son Adam Morrison?
We're talking legacy and aura.
Adam Morrison. Now we're just naming guys from 2K11. Come on now.
Adam Morrison is a 2-time champ. If we're just talking aura and legacy, like where you fall in the hearts of Laker fans, then yes. Sasha Vujacic hit the clutch free throws in the 2010 finals. He has 2 rings. He is very high in the hearts of Laker fans. But if we're talking on court, we cannot be serious about Austin Reeves and Sasha Vujacic.
You had to see it.
All right, real quick. Are the Lakers better either without LeBron or with LeBron playing a Draymond style of play? Defending, rebounding, passing, and being just efficient in low value.
They're actually just better with him off the court.
Tell that man to go to Cleveland.
Yeah, it's time. I think we're watching the last couple games of LeBron and the Lakers.
Yeah, this is over.
I'll put it simply like this. Law of physics says like the same object can't take up the same space. I think I got that right. I wasn't a big physics guy.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Brother, we don't do science.
Right. But essentially that's what we watching with LeBron and Luka being on the same team. LeBron still feels like, and rightfully so, he still feels like he could be LeBron for a team at some capacity, but that's Luka's role now, right? So
the Lakers traded the wrong Laker. I'm just telling you.
It's a lot of ego right now for LeBron too. So can he play that Draymond role?
If AD was healthy and on this team right now, my God,
traded the wrong Laker,
brother. Luka and Anthony Davis.
That would be unstoppable.
That's Magic. That's Magic Kareem. That's Magic Kareem, bro. 2.0.
Nah,
that'd be really fire.
Kareem.
That the biggest problem with your organization is your organization. The biggest problem with your organization is your organization.
They didn't fumble that.
They didn't fumble that.
They got Luka either way. You can't call that a fumble.
No, it's not a fumble because of what they got.
First of all, you can't trade LeBron. He has a no trade clause, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Who?
LeBron.
Oh, that's true. That's
See,
true.
just throw facts out there. Anyway, I think for me, I'm so happy that like the way the season played out, I wasn't gaslighted because we were on a trajectory and y'all weren't so with me with this. Paul was. We're like they were about to try to mask who Austin Reeves really is for the rest of the season, so that he didn't have to pay him. And when we had that top 2 guard conversation, the reason why we had to argue so much about how high Austin was because of what they were doing. And the fact that LeBron got hurt and I literally could see a different team on the court for the last 6 games. Like it wasn't just Austin getting his numbers. All of a sudden, the ball was moving. All of a sudden, we were defending and rebounding. DeAndre Ayton got activated again. All of us, I was like, okay, so the team I saw those first 20 games of the year was not fake. Like I was watching the games and I was like, and even Lucas said it when the posting house, he was like, yeah, we're telling ourselves right now. I was like, yeah, you are, because what they locked Ant up, like, and then Austin put a 30-piece on. Like I'm sitting there watching this. I'm like, there's no way. And Paul, I'll give you credit. You said this when the Lakers were hot at the start of the season. You were the one that was like, he's gonna mess it up. And I was like, I can't conceptualize how that's possible.
I think
now I get it because I've literally now seen the bookends of what this team moved like, then what they moved like, then what they moved like. The thing that is encouraging is when LeBron came back against the Bulls the other night, it looks like he can't help but have watched the film. Like his whole energy, like he didn't shoot. He shot 2 shots in the first half. And Austin had another 30-piece and Luka had 50. And I was like, if he's about what he says, this is about to be the difference between him and Giannis right now. Is he going to actually be about what he says he's about? He talks all that humility, team first stuff. He actually, that's a lot. I'm not even dealing with that. No. I'm not.
Is that a compliment?
It's ridiculous. Also, my dad, he's capping for the pod because he be sending me Austin Reeves emojis.
No, but is that a compliment though? Because Jeremy Lin got better after he left the Knicks too.
Stop.
He did.
I understand, but I think respectfully, I don't think comparisons to Jeremy Lin are complimentary statements. When you take into consideration the whole context of the scenario and how it played out, I don't think that's a positive statement about someone. Really, I'm sorry.
I think the biggest problem with y'all was the defense with LeBron. That was the biggest problem in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like he's just
they put in effort now.
And then you got Luka and him struggling on. You can't have 2 people struggling on defense like that.
Nah, but it's not that simple. What it is like, because we still suck at low man. But what it is like, without him, we play faster and we play more fluidly. And I think that lends towards us having more energy on the defensive end. We fly around more. I think with him, our offense can turn into such grinded out basketball and guys aren't in the feel. And so they lack. And this is partially a criticism of them to defend LeBron. Like, this shouldn't be the case. Like LeBron, his whole career has been like this. The players have been able to be locked in, even if they're not in the feel of the flow of the game. But our players, when they're not engaged and in the feel and flow, they disengage defensively. I think DeAndre Ayton is the biggest example of this. Yep. He's such a classic. You have to feed your big to get him to play defense.
Ain't no Clint Capella.
Yeah, no, but literally, like, ever since when LeBron went out and he started getting some double-doubles, like, he's getting offensive rebounds, he's getting 50-50, but and it's like, it's stereotypical, but it's a classic case. Like, our roster has to feel involved to be activated, and when they are activated, we're just significantly better. We're not a good resting rate team. We have to be engaged and upbeat, and unfortunately, maybe it's not even just LeBron and his style. I think maybe it's just when you have 3 high-volume players, that style of ball just doesn't engage everyone. You could put any third star there, but when all the shots are distributed mostly between 3 guys, I think you just don't move it enough. And then you have to have guys who like really are locked in and committed, who can remain engaged despite that being in the scenario. When it's just 2 stars, I think talent-wise, all the guys get involved more, and based on their personalities, they lock in more. Now, maybe you could say, hey, keep LeBron and go get guys who are more professional, who will lock in whether they're touching it or not. But I think we just now have to understand that the reality of the scenario is that that's not this roster.
I think that's the league now, because the Knicks are the same way. I think a lot of teams, that's why so many teams run some type of motion type offense, so that everybody can get a touch, everybody gets involved. It's kind of Warriors-like, you know. So I think that's the league, and LeBron not that type of player.
I don't even think it's. I think it's just having 3 high volume guys.
No, going to Paul's point, hasn't this been the story for LeBron his entire career though?
I think he always is surrounded by role players who somehow are able to. He turned Iman Shumpert into a 3-and-D guy when Iman Shumpert was a draft pick trying to become an all-star.
No, that's all true, but I remember there was some discourse a couple of times in LeBron's career that he's not just a ball stopper, but like you kind of got to make yourself worse when you play with him.
Yes,
and that might just be on an offense.
Less diverse. Yes,
I wouldn't say worse. I would say you become functional.
Can I land real quick? Just and then take it from there. That might just be on an offensive line, but it's also starting to become defensive. There's a lot of holes that happen when he's on the floor. There are a lot of I can't really put it into words. I'm watching the game and I'm just like, what the hell is going on here? Like it's not supposed to be like
it looks like a completely different team.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at it, and I'm like, I was just calling these guys ass like yesterday. What the hell is this?
Oh yeah, y'all got mopped up. I forgot that. I forgot that. Y'all got mopped up.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And did we not look like a completely different team than we did against y'all in February?
Don't understand the confusion.
Completely different squad, bro.
I'm not even trying to gas y'all up, but I'm like, we played like we do. What the hell is this?
And this is why I think we're watching LeBron's last season with the Lakers, because to be better, y'all have to ask him, one, to change his game and to take a pay cut. Yeah, I don't think he's going to do it.
But brother, you 42. Like, those aren't crazy things to ask. Those aren't crazy things to ask.
You don't give a damn.
It's not insane to ask a 42-year-old to take a pay cut and to play a different role on a team. Like, it's not wild.
This is why.
And if you are who you say you are, you're about winning, then that should be you.
Retirement season. This should be his farewell tour, man. This is why I said that a few months ago. This should have been his farewell tour, because look at the position he's going to be at now.
Are we getting tired of LeBron James in the NBA? Is this what we're saying?
No.
Yes.
I've been thinking about that for a while. I've been thinking about that for a while.
I still personally get excited when I see him on a basketball floor.
I also personally do, but from a narrative aspect, only because of how it's hamstringing not just his team, but it's hamstringing the growth of whoever.
I blame the media for that. They need to stop the typical LeBron goings on.
They can't get out of their own way. Why? Because it's not what they're trained. You're asking them to, just like the Lakers are asking LeBron to do something he's never done in his career. You're effectively asking the media to do something they've never done in the history of media, which is to not talk about the central figure in the field that they're discussing.
Have no fear. No, that's in my head now. Wow.
Real talk. They asked him about it. They said, "Yo, we noticed you like," and they really, I think JJ Redick. This is also a test to him. What they did against the Bulls. Granted, it's the Bulls, but it was a good test experiment. Like they really started playing him like a 4, like in reality. Like offensively, they treated him like a stretch 4. Defensively, they had him guarding the paint more. He got a lot of blocks, a lot of rebounds. They weren't asking him to switch on guards.
Put it up, but
relax. I don't know what that means. I
think I know what he means. I think he's talking about location, right?
I don't
being around your kids. No?
I mean, she's in LA, but I don't. Either way. But yeah, I think okay. Changing his position, turning him actually into a power forward. I think defensively, I trust LeBron guarding post-ups and being the rim protector. Honestly, he's a better rim protector than Aiden. I'd rather LeBron be the low man.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I'd rather LeBron be low man. If we're doing a defensive scheme, and they tried that, and it was much better. Now, the Bulls shot the hell out the 3. But in the paint, LeBron was deterring a whole bunch of stuff. So maybe that's the key, like, putting him on different spots on the floor. I mean, imagine LeBron in the dunker. That's LeBron
in the dunker. Remember when Russell Westbrook did that and he went crazy and he found a new way to adapt to his team?
I don't know, man. But LeBron being a primary pick and roll guy, but being the big in the pick and roll.
He could be. That's the thing, though. Forget DeAndre. Send him to Siberia. Like, what are we talking about? Crazy. What are we talking about? We're talking about LeBron James. You trying to bring up DeAndre and get that man out of here. We're not talking about him.
Hey, can't do that.
No, Josh. Russ refused to go in the dunker for the Lakers, and then all of a sudden did it on the Clippers and was successful.
He did it for your Clippers. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the same thing that we were trying to get him to do on the Lakers that he resented, he did on the Clippers and went crazy, and then all of a sudden was like, they didn't believe in me. Sir.
He was first pick, by the way.
Huh?
Oh, I was reacting to this comment. It says he was the first overall pick.
Who?
He
was.
Send him to Siberia. I meant what I said. Did I stutter? Not once. Anyway.
So everyone says yes, that this isn't fake. This is a real thing. The proof is in the numbers. The proof is in the film. This is how they now. What I want to ask you to think about, we won't do it now, but like, if they do this, what does that mean for the West?
I don't know. It's too early. I can't.
You say it's too early, literally until June, bro. Bro, every time I ask any kind of projection question, you say it's too early. October, the season just started. November, bro, the season just started. December, it's only Christmas. January, it's still just the middle of the year. February, it's only the All-Star break. We are March now. It's still too early.
LeBron has been on the team the whole year, basically.
No, he hasn't. He missed the whole first 2 months.
But after that, he's been here. So it's like.
But then Austin missed in the next 2 months,
which makes my point even more clear. Like, we don't know. Like, they look nice in these games here and there, but compared them to the Spurs, who've been together all year, compared them to, they didn't even make a trade. They had the same team. The Thunder, even the Rockets, who don't look that great, but still.
The thing that I think about in the back of my mind that I'm trying to suppress so that I don't become a typical delusional Laker fan is what you put me on to 2 years ago, which is I don't want to count last year because I want to put stock in how emotionally messed up he was and how out of shape he was. But is it anything in the playoffs possible with Luka Doncic?
I mean,
hasn't he proven that? So like, I'm trying to suppress that, but I'm also like, this man's healthy. He's in good rhythm. He's averaging 40 this month. Like, can't he just get in the playoffs and then all of a sudden things just start happening? Like,
this is what I say. It's possible, but we're gonna find out in the first round, I believe, because if teams treat him the way the Celtics treated him in the finals, then that's gonna tell you a lot about y'all's future, not just about this year, but the future.
Yeah.
So We're gonna see. I'm watching the Lakers closely in the playoffs this year.
But don't forget we said a big thing of that was that Kyrie also didn't show up, respectfully.
True.
So if Austin shows up,
you're banking on Austin showing up, yeah. Hey man,
we're gonna learn. That's what I'm saying.
I think
I'm just Paul. You converted me. Like when you were guessing how much of a playoff performer this guy was, I was like, yeah. And then 2024 happened, and I was like, whoa. I was like,
nah, he's different. Like, Luka,
this man led the league in everything.
I agree.
He led the playoffs in every statistical category.
He has the highest points per game.
Forget points per game. He led the league in everything.
Yo,
points, steals, rebounds, assists.
Yeah,
name him.
3-pointers. Like,
all right. I gotta. Can we gotta move.
All right, it's time.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's time.
Let's get to where we're going.
It's time. Relax, brother. Listen. Content.
I've been waiting all week.
We didn't stream last night. Okay, we didn't stream last night. Content. The people are here. They know what we're here to talk about. They know why they came here. They're gonna stay here until we talk about it. So it's on our timeline. You heard? This is our show.
Anyway.
Boy, it's fast break. I'm going to say this and get out the way. Everyone wants us to talk about Mr. Bamante Adebayo. And the scoring output he had the other night. I'm a Laker fan. I think I know what y'all think I'm here to do and what y'all think I'm about to do. Here, I'm going to look directly at the camera. Here's the best way I can respond and say everything that I want to say about how I feel about this. I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh, nah. You got to say something.
That's great.
That should tell you everything you need to know. I'm not going to crash out. I'm not going to go on a 30-minute rant. This is something that I don't think requires me to address it.
Well, I do. So I'm gonna take the.
Hold on. Can I let it land? Can I let my disrespect land, please?
Oh.
He said, all right, well, you're not gonna say nothing.
This was a thing. It happened. Congratulations. It doesn't deserve my analysis deeper than that. It's not any moment of significance that requires a long diatribe to me. It's not a moment of merit that requires in-depth comparison to other events to me, because I think it is on its face so clearly in distinction with whatever else you would want to hold it up to that I won't even dignify it with trying to break it down and analyze it. I'll just say congrats to that man for what he did. And he's entitled to feel how he wants to feel about it. The Miami Heat roster and organizations,
who took this
y'all gotta live with what you did. If you cool with it, cool. For Miami Heat fans, have fun. For Kobe fans, don't embarrass us. For Laker fans, you know what it is. And for anyone that wants to try to debate something about this with me, no.
That's crazy.
It's not worth it. Who would like to go?
I'll go. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you. Give me the camera. Give me the stand camera. All right. Let me tell you something. I've had a week of. I have to take off my glasses for this. Make sure y'all see me. I've had a week of people commenting because they know how I feel. I've seen too many casual takes, and something I've seen over and over and over and over again is people who have a fundamental misunderstanding of the game I love telling me that 83 is 83. I want to answer that. I just want to put a couple things into context, right? Bam shot 20 of 43 from the field. He shot 7 of 22 from the 3-point line. He shot 36 of 43 from the free throw line. He averages 5.5 attempts at the free throw line per game. That's 8 times as many free throw attempts. So in a string of 8 games, he might not even hit 36 shots. But he got it all in one game. There's nothing you can possibly say to me to justify trying to big up someone getting 83 points on 20 shots. If Jason Tatum did it, he'd be calling Kobe right after. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. What is this?
Talk. Let's talk.
It's a casual take for someone to say you're just upset because he passed Kobe. No, you're just ignorant. It is clear. No, you are just ignorant. You cannot look at a game like that and tell me that there's something honorable in someone getting 40. We can't talk about free throw merchants and bring up anybody else's name but Bam. We can't talk about integrity of the game without looking at disgust at the Heat organization extending the game so your mans can get 83 and pass Kobe. Trying to force shots when you're up 30. You're not even playing your game is the thing that gets me tight. When was the last time Bam shot more than 10 threes in a game? When I truly don't know. The man averages 20 points a game. There's this weird conspiracy that the league has been behind to try to do anything and everything to sully Kobe's record and legacy and do some nonsense. And just feeding into I can't correlate all the connections in the time we have left in this podcast, but I can write a book of the nonsense that's happening and leave the people to make the connections themselves. This is ridiculous to me. This is absolutely ridiculous. I didn't say he went out of his way to make threes. I said he went out of his way to take threes, which you can't explain to me didn't happen. 22 shots from 3. That's more like what are we talking about? You're not. Yes, this is exactly what I'm saying.
Stop reading the comments.
This is what I'm saying. Bam is not like that. Bam is not like that. He's never been like that, and he will never be like that. And we have to stop pretending that this was something that could happen. This is not something that ever deserved to happen. This is not something. This is a sickening. Look how they've massacred the game I love. Okay, I do have a lot of emotions about this, but also just from a logistical, ethical standpoint, there was nothing honorable about that. If Bam had hit 60, just 60, 62, I'm sorry, because that hits the Heat record, fine, whatever. It's all the extra to come along with it. No one can justify 43 free throws to me. That's the only record he hit that's worth a damn, because that's a scrutiny on the league.
Yes.
This was atrocious all around. And boys, I hate to admit it. We're losing the league to the casuals, man. That's what this signifies to me. We are losing the league to the casuals. And that's where I'm going to leave it. 83 my ass. I'm sorry. 83 my ass.
Adam, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll go. So, this was a very interesting week since that thing happened, man. Very interesting week. But essentially, when you're talking about this specific topic, what it boils down to at the end of the day is, do you rate this 83 or do you not rate? Do you respect this 83-point performance, or do you not respect it? And that's where like there seems to be like a divide between the NBA fandom community this week. And I had to like really think about it. And I concluded to myself, at first I was split, but after I went back and watched everything and really, really thought about it, I came to the conclusion that I don't respect this 80 performance as like an 80 performance. And it's simply for one reason only. Personally, I don't give a damn about free throws. Like when you watch it, Buddy was getting like especially that first quarter and most of the game, the free throws, the fouls were like legitimate foul calls. He wasn't getting like no shadow calls. He wasn't getting phantom calls. He was getting legitimately fouled, and that's just bad defense. And I can't hold that against him personally. My only issue with this is after like 65 to 70 point mark, when the record became like really fathomable to him, it turned into something else. It was no longer bad. Like there's nothing wrong with chasing a record to me. If you have 70 points in a game and you feel like Kobe's record is close and the game may not be that, let's say y'all up for 15 whatever and you have a chance to get it, I'm okay with you trying to go get that, right? What I'm not okay with, that last quarter was not basketball. It just wasn't basketball. You can still be up in the game and still play regular basketball and be selfish, and your teammates know you're trying to get the record and pass it to you, and you're doing whatever to try to get the record. That is okay. But Andre called it like when the Heat was extending the game, when they were doing all that, the extra nonsense that came along with it, now you're not even playing real basketball anymore. Because it's like we've all seen a situation where he wants to shoot more because he's hot, or there's a record he is trying to break, or whatever the case is. But like that's still within the game. That's a natural part of basketball. If I'm hot, give me the ball. If I'm telling my coach, run plays for me, I'm okay with that, whether they're up or not. If it's clear that you're trying to chase the record, I don't mind. Who wouldn't want their names in the record books? But when you're doing all that extra stuff, the fouling where you just need a foul just to get the ball back, you're no longer playing the game of basketball. And to me, I don't think that's right. That's why I don't rate it. I don't think everyone should be mad about it because his history will reveal this to not be like, all that. When we talk about all the greatest performances, we're not going to bring Bam's name up. But again, like I said, it was first like 65, 70 points, maybe. I can't remember the right number. Like those were fire. That was really good. That would be one of the greatest performances in Heat history, the greatest performance of his career that would have been. But like the rest of it that comes after, I'm not down with. So it is what it is. And like I said, no one's gonna put this up there as like this doesn't change his career. It's just all it does is put his name in the history books, which is fine for him. His name is up there right next to in between Wilt and Kobe. So that's fine for him. But history is gonna show like where we really feel about this. And I don't think most people are really gonna rate it. But overall, like cool to him, congratulations and everything. Like I said, your name is right up there, Wilt and Kobe. That's something special, spectacular. You could tell your grandkids. Like at the end, and on top of that, on top of being an NBA player, really successful NBA player, but it is what it is, man. Like, congrats to him. I don't take too much of it though. I'm not mad about it. I don't feel like this is put to marketing game, but I also like don't rate this like that.
All right, man. All right, let's get to it. First of all, right. Let me just get to it. I never want to hear about Heat culture ever again. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I never want to hear about Heat culture ever again. Let me be.
That's clear. A fair point. That's fair.
I'm so serious. I'm serious too. Let me be clear, right? I don't have a single problem with Bam. I do not fault Bam Adebayo at all for anything he did. All right? I don't fault him at all. He did what he was supposed to do, including in the last few minutes of the game, telling his teammates, do not intentionally foul the Wizards to get him back the ball so that he could try and get that record, right? He told his teammates, don't foul. They did not listen. at a certain point, who's supposed to step in?
Coach.
Even if Pat Riley came down from the office and said, "Nah, I'm going on the court right now."
Apparently, Pat said he would have taken him out at 70.
You said what?
He did say
Apparently,
that.
Pat said he would have taken him out at
He
70.
said I would have taken you out at 70, but god damn it, you did it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Like, listen, 83.
I think that secured his retirement. I think he came downstairs and said,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what?
He said, nah.
It's time for me to go. It's time for me to go.
This is too much. Yeah, nah, for real. Because at the end of the day, right? 83 is 83, yes, but no at the same time.
No, it's not. Never say
because
that. You like
really,
you love basketball too much to say that.
Let me talk. Let's think about the high scoring performances we've seen in the last 5 years, right? We got Luka, we got Dame, we got Damian Lillard,
Embiid,
Book. A Book was if we
Donovan Mitchell,
huh?
Mitch,
yeah, I mentioned right. All these guys, if their teams did what the Heat did to try and get them they would have got the record.
Yep, for
a fact, they would have gotten the record.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why 83 is not 83 is 83, but it's not at the same time. But the reason I give a little bit of credit to him is because he's not known as a great scorer. So the fact that he was even able to even get to 70 or 50 was impressive, right? His mentality, Eric Spoelstra said it. He went to man before the game, said, we lost to I think they lost to the Jazz or some other team that was tanking before, recently, and they were undermanned. He went to them and said, I need you to go out there, be aggressive and score, right? Develop a different mentality. He did what he was supposed to do. I have no problem with Bam. The Heat organization is the problem. Eric Spoelstra is the problem. I'm blaming Pat Riley too because he's the king over there. He should have came down and said, what are you doing? Talk to Eric, stop it. And then Eric Spoelstra said, I'm not apologizing to anyone. I'm not even blaming his teammates that much. I am blaming the Heat organization. This is why y'all don't get free agents anymore. This is why nobody cares about your Heat culture. This is why nobody trying to do them intense workouts for y'all. Y'all are frauds. Y'all are frauds. This proved it. How in the world do you allow this to take place? Pat Riley's correct in saying I would have taken you out at 70 because by 70, the game, it was a blowout anyway.
Right.
In the words of the great Al DDA, say it one time. You got to give it to us one time for the culture.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's it was meaningless.
Devin Booker.
Oh, it was meaningless.
No, what did you say? What did you say?
I don't remember. I thought that's what I said. Remind me.
You said they was blowing him out anyway.
Oh, that was blown. You was getting blown out anyway.
It was blown out. If you had that to say about Devin Booker and what way he dropped on the Celtics, this right here, 10 times worse.
Right.
But for real, I don't want to hear about Heat culture. It's over.
The only issue with Book is that they celebrated in a loss. I don't care if I'm getting blown out. If I'm gonna get mine on the losing team, that's cool. But I'm not finna take the picture afterwards. Like we lost. What we throwing water for?
Fair. That's fair. But anyway, all I'm gonna say is send the Miami Heat to Seattle. They deserve a team. I'm done. They show up late to the games anyway. This is and the Wizards. We gotta talk. I gotta talk about the Wizards. The Wizards.
Send the Wizards to the G League.
They don't deserve that pick, bro.
That's a fact.
I don't care.
You said it yourself. Like most of those fouls weren't like.
You have to see this again, please. Please give them the pick.
Listen, wait, hold on, Alan. You said it right. Most of these fouls were like legitimate fouls, right?
Yeah.
They should be ashamed of themselves. I don't care how young your team is.
That's terrible. Yeah.
Even when he got the 83, he was throwing up some nonsense. Why are you fouling?
Tomfoolery.
Why are you? And that was a ticky-tack foul too. We got to hold the refs accountable. That was a ticky-tack foul you did not have to call. Full circle. Pharaoh knew what he was doing.
Full circle.
Pharaoh knew what he was doing. You think I didn't know that you were trying to get there?
You gotta manage the moment, bro. You gotta have some discretion, bro.
But here's my point.
You gotta
feel like
have
they
some
did.
goddamn discretion.
I feel
you
like
gotta
they did do that.
understand what's going on and ref accordingly, bro.
But
like, what are we doing?
This is the possible bad outcome of that. I feel like they probably felt pressured moment, like they got to do it. This is a possible outcome of game management too.
Yes,
this is the opposite end. I feel like they felt like they had to do that.
That game is going down in history. That's the highest scoring performance of the 21st century.
This is the bad side of that.
I'm glad you gonna be a part of that.
You know what though? I think directive plays in this, right? Because I think they just got it wrong. Like, I think they were like, because you know what they didn't take into account? What the Miami Heat were doing. I think if this is straight up, yeah, you know what? He's on a heater. Give him the benefit of doubt of some calls. Let's see what he could do. Once the Miami Heat started mucking it up, they should have all looked at each other like, oh, no, this is... Because now they're using us.
No.
Now they're using us to manufacture this moment. We can't be complicit in that.
But no, because you talked about how the league is boring. This is forever gonna go down in history. We could say we're not gonna talk about it. People are gonna talk about it. The refs are part of that too.
But I'm just saying I'm still consistent on what I'm saying because I don't think the context of that should inform them that the proper management is to go along with it.
No.
I disagree. I think once you see the Miami Heat mucking it up, that should be the signal to you. Okay, this has become a farce now. We need to get this game in control. This is ridiculous now.
Nope.
You're right, Pharaoh. You're right, Pharaoh. But to me, like I don't want to like give them like too much leeway or an excuse, but
that's fair. I just don't remember, a lot of the comments like my pick is not for superstar calls. I don't know why that was getting taken that way. Because if it was, then you'd be right. But no, my thing is they need to manage the game, and in that perspective, they should have seen what the Miami Heat were doing and been like, "All right, nah, we're not. You're not gonna manipulate."
Who officiated that game? I just gotta know.
I feel you, but the thing is, like, it's kind of hard to expect them to do all that because you gotta remember before the farce came, the game was legitimate. So they're in a moment. That's a lot to keep track of, and it's hard for me to like blame the rest for doing.
Is it the first minute you intentionally foul when you're up 30? That's not a clear sign of what is about to go on here. Like
it is. But now you in a moment. Now you're like, I'm like the history trying to manage that. Like you said before. So all is like,
no, bro. That's your job, man.
They said Bam shot 10 air balls in that game.
He did. I watched him do it. He might have shot 5 in the fourth quarter.
He had the lowest shooting percentage of any of these. Why am I talking?
That's what I'm talking about. He shot 46% from the field.
Listen,
for comparison, because everyone wants to, all the reasons that Kobe was amazing, right? 61% from the field. Right. This nigga Bam did 46. He missed more shots than he made. What are you talking about?
No, listen.
I had to hear BS get this Kobe and Soft picture up there too.
No, but it's the truth. But I want to be clear. Like, okay, let's have a discussion about this, right?
I don't want to discuss.
Okay. Wait, hold on.
I'm angry.
Do we blame Bam at all for this? Do we believe that?
Someone just got me tight. Hold on.
I can't blame Bam.
Someone just got it tight. Gordon Hayward, shut your white ass up.
Oh no!
First and foremost.
I think we're. What do you say about it? What do you say?
What do you got?
Manipulation to win a 38-year-old Kobe put 60 on his head in his final game against the Jazz.
Oh yeah.
Let me point out all the ways in which this was nothing like that.
Not at
all. You
all
were not tanking. If you won that game, you were going to get in the playoffs. So you were playing your heart out. Kobe, he was not getting no type of calls like that to start most of his buckets were field goals. Okay. And second and foremost, the last 4 points of his 60 was to give the Lakers the lead in the game. So in what world was that not a real game pursuant to you? In anything, if it was not a real game, that is an indictment on your team who was trying to make the playoffs in the last game of the season, and you let a team that had nothing going for it other than celebrating Kobe's last game beat you because you let a 38-year-old Kobe hit pull-up jumpers on you to win the game. What are you talking about, Gordon Hayward? Ridiculous, bro. I don't see how you can compare that at all. What is comparable about it at all?
No.
Other than chucking. Yes, Kobe was chucking that game.
But even why the hell not in that game too? He started to get into it. Bam never really had a rhythm like that.
No, he didn't. Or a reason, by the way.
First quarter?
No, I mean, outside of the first, bro. You can't say that.
Okay.
Outside of the first quarter.
No. Outside the first. Yeah.
Outside of the first quarter.
Wait, can we respond to that? Like, what is Gordon Hayward talking about?
Nothing as usual.
That's hate.
Nothing
That's
as
hate.
usual.
The hell? He's mad. You met. Where's the cam photo? Hold on. He's mad.
No. Because I'm gonna say to give Rashad McCann a little shine because we said
don't
this,
do it.
I'll tell you, y'all weren't saying this when Kobe was here. You weren't saying this when Kobe was
all
here.
These years later, Gordon Hayward, you want to pop out and talk about that game wasn't real now?
Mad time.
Wait.
What?
Just a response to this.
Who asked you that, bro? No one asked you that.
Who brought you up? Who asked for a comment?
You were in the league for mad years. You didn't say that in the post-game conference. You redacted.
He didn't say to disparage Kobe though. You gotta be fair. He was saying that
He
it's
He didn't.
No. Listen, Andre is right. I am seeing a lot of people talk away.
That's true. That's
like
true.
I think a lot of people. Listen. You gotta understand, right? I grew up. You mad? Listen. And he wearing a jazz hat? You got a jazz hat?
He's talking to you.
Oh!
He's talking to you.
Yo!
Tell me why I can't find right now on the internet which refs officiated this game.
No, it's very going. They have.
You had a chance to get in the playoffs. What are you talking about? Why would you even remind us of that, bro?
No, honestly,
why would you even remind us that happened?
Honestly, like I grew up with my dad conditioning me to believe that Kobe was a chuck, right? And when I watched the games, he was chucking a lot, right? But then as I got older, I realized like, okay, there's a reason for this, right? It's like it's not like he was just a chuck. It's part of the game. He's that great. You have to put I understood as I understood the game
plan, honestly.
You said what?
That whole season, that season with the 81 points, the whole season, that was their game plan.
It was their only chance to win most games. People don't forget, again, the context. My whole thing has been context. That man was averaging 60 that month.
Yes.
He could have had it three times. Not Byron Scott. The point guard, Brian Shaw. When he had 65 3/4 against Dallas, Phil asked him if you wanted to go back in. He was like, you could get it. He was like, I'll do it some other time when we need it. The next week, he did it.
Because you know the thing.
But again, why am I talking?
You know what? the thing is, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. People have a fundamental, as Paul was just saying, talking about him being a chuck, and this isn't to disparage you, because part of it, he was a chuck, but he needed to be. People don't understand how whack that team was and how good
it's part of why he's great.
Yeah,
it's part of why he's great. And see go ahead.
No, all I'm saying is y'all have people who are I'm talking about the casuals. They have a fundamental misunderstanding of who this man was, and worse than that, they have a delusional misunderstanding of what the NBA is today.
The problem, though, is that it's not just the casuals, and that's the problem. Like a lot of people, all these people who look at LeBron as the greatest, you have to kind of see. Like I'm a realist one. When you rank, you're saying somebody's better than the other, and somebody is worse than the other. That's just the nature of ranking. It's comparison, right? In order to put LeBron as the greatest of all time, you have not only are we saying that Jordan isn't as great as him, but you must be saying that Kobe isn't as great as him, right? And as the years go along, we have to start, in order to have this argument that LeBron is the greatest of all time, you kind of have to nitpick and look at every statistic and record that Kobe got and critique it and kind of discredit it to an extent because he played in the same era as LeBron. He was in his prime in the same era as LeBron.
Yo, no. You're disrespect. Take that down. Take that down. Take that down.
Son. No.
Why is he waiting in this picture? This man went through the internet archives to find this to make sure he got everybody who needs to be named. Pat Riley somewhere in this picture. Trust him.
Paul want to laugh so bad.
We should.
Paul want to laugh so bad.
I'm not laughing.
Oh, I just realized what the picture was.
Son. Yo.
There's level. I'm not laughing, man.
I didn't figure it out.
Take this man off. Like I was saying,
that ass. You gotta put him back.
Like, take that off.
Put him so back.
All I'm saying is there is a concerted effort to discredit Kobe.
That's what I'm telling you.
And you're right.
I'm
giving you credit.
They have to do it. The only way LeBron can ever be the GOAT is if you disparage everything Kobe Bryant ever did.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Because 1-to-1, and that's why that's why this week that this is right after he hits most field goals of all time. Then we're not slow. We're not slow.
Conspiracy theories.
Someone else passes Kobe's record. Get the out of my face, man. What are we talking about? Adam Silver. Maybe this is a David Stern deep fake thing. I don't know what's going on. But so I can't. This is what I'm saying. I can't. Someone that's smarter than me needs to be able to. Alan, maybe it'll be you. Paul, maybe it'll be you. Someone like I'm just peeping the movements. And someone who's really a true conspiracy theorist, not that y'all are, but maybe we'll find someone who's going to put the pieces together for us. Because I'm missing the link of why. Why do we need this?
It's just a shame, man. Like the way he got it. Like
that's what I'm saying. That's why
when a player gets cold like that,
Kobe would not show Bam love. He would have no respect for this game.
They just weren't playing basketball at that point, bro. Like that's not you can't really respect that. Because they weren't really playing basketball. It was crazy to watch. It was nasty.
Barely respected in 2K. People do that. Barely respected. Yeah. Like I was really watching that, and like,
yeah,
I was watching that, and like I was confused on how to feel. I was at the gym watching that, like, and I was like, wow, like I was about to start cardio, but I said, nah, like he actually might get there. I got to see if he's gonna get it.
That's not why you didn't do the cardio. Don't lie. My man tried to sneak that in there. I was about to do it.
I did it.
I was just, but Bam, oh damn, I can't do it. What's going on?
I did it after.
You trying to convince us of yourself.
Yeah, I did it after. I did it. I'm just saying I paused because I had to go home. But nah, it's like I was kind of like, wow, I just watched history. But like the way they did it, I don't know how I feel about it.
It didn't feel good.
I was confused. I was like, should I be like, even though the celebration felt kind of weird watching them at the interview. I was like, if I kind of forced, like it was like, wow, 83. It's almost like it didn't feel like the way it should. You know what I mean? And people gonna say we hating, but no, like I got no problem. Again, I have zero issues with Bam. Bam told his team, stop fouling. Do not foul the other team to get another. Do not foul. He told them that. And if they didn't foul, he probably would have ended up with like 81 or 79.
I
address that. This man is wilding. That's your bands.
Who's mad? My
That's
man?
the next man right there. That comment.
Oh, shout out to him. Because I don't totally disagree with him though. I just feel like I mean, if you want to put in like the conspiracy theories like Andre said, then yeah, I can see that. But overall, like, cause remember when I was talking, my point was like, no one's gonna rate this better than Kobe's 81, just because it's more. Nobody's gonna rate it better than that. Like,
No, people
who's going to say this is better?
A lot of people
legitimately.
Yes.
A lot of people saying that.
I'm not going to name names, but I literally just had a 2-hour texting argument with somebody trying to explain to me how this is he passed Kobe's record, so this is better. And then when I hit him with facts, he's like, "You're just mad because Kobe's record was beat. Altogether, this is meaningless. It doesn't matter."
He's trolling you because you get mad. He's trolling you because you get mad. That's what's going on.
I know, but this is what happens. It's not just
don't let him get you mad.
It's all over the internet, Alan. I'm telling you, got to go into the comment section.
I can't believe it's recommended that you go into the comment section.
Huh?
Like it's a good course of action.
But like overall, like because the game was Kobe's 81 was like a game to beat him, and it was a good game, and they needed to do that. And
my god!
What happened? I missed the comment.
This man is.
He's not looking at the comment. He's looking at the picture.
Come on, son.
Get her out of here, bro.
Come on, man.
I had to give Paul one of them. One of them I had to give Paul.
He was searching for
that. Legitimately, even with this record, Bam's still not the best player in his own household.
Word.
Keep going, Alan.
Oh my
God. That's just my point, man. Like, no, like the Kobe performance is still better. It's not even the 70-point performances that we all talked about, even those were more better, is more better than this.
Yo, get that off the screen.
I just think yeah. But anyway, yeah, man. How we feel about it is how you feel about it. 83 is not 83. Like, it's more. His name is going to be up there. It's more. There's nothing you could do about that. But this is not better. This is not better than that.
Okay, wait, leave this comment up here. I was thinking about that, right?
Yeah.
About this comment about Wilt's 100. I would assume that Wilt's 100 almost looked like Bam's 83.
Oh, yeah, I agree with that.
Because he was just so much taller than everybody. It was like
no, because Wilt didn't have free throws.
Yeah, but like he's so much taller than everybody. He would just get the ball.
Wait, are you sure?
They say Will would have had 100 a different time, but he got ejected.
You said what?
They said Will almost had 100 a separate time, but he got ejected.
Oh, man. And then there's people that say he didn't really have 100. How you watch Bam's 80? You can't say Will didn't have 100 and Bam had 83. Come on, man.
Oh no, Will did have free throws. I'm
saying.
Yeah, I was gonna let you hold on that yourself. I didn't want to do it for you this time. I was like, you said that. I was like, here goes Dre saying random things that are not factual. I'm glad you prompted yourself to look it up this time. Good job. Way to hold yourself accountable. Will didn't have free throws.
Will did it against the Wizards of his day.
Yo, Will did it on 63 shots.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a lot. I mean, it's still an efficient game, but 63 shots in one game is crazy.
Man, this is too much chat on this topic, man. Let's get out of this, man. It doesn't deserve all this air and breath and oxygen.
I understand why you say that.
It's the biggest topic in the NBA right now.
It does.
It's the biggest topic in the NBA. It's the only topic in the NBA, even though we covered the other ones. Which is why this happened. The NBA is running out of juice, and they don't know what to do about it.
It's a stain on basketball. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not holding that against Bam, but again, I don't want to hear nothing about heat culture ever again. I don't want to hear it. Y'all not the creme de la creme of the NBA.
Fair.
Like you can't talk to me. No Heat fan can talk to me about the Knicks. You can't talk. Only the Lakers fans can chat that chat. The Celtics fan can chat that chat. The Heat
gone.
Y'all let Bam get 83, and he had to foul. Yo, they had to. His own team had to foul. He was going to triple team and not trying to pass the ball. Triple team.
Yo, I just love how many players immediately were like, ah.
Yeah. You know who
Wemby did a great job of controlling himself because he wanted to cuss a bad word. I've seen it. He said there's many things that are inspirational in this league.
Yes. I saw that too. Yeah. It's a stain on the league. And I'm not angry at Bam. Shout out to Bam. I'm impressed that he was even able to even get to like 50, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So it's a shout out to Bam. Eric Spoelstra And Pat Riley could say what you want. You know, you got the pull over there. You could have pulled some strings to prevent that from happening.
He didn't even come down to call somebody on the bench.
Yeah, call one of the.
You're.
Hey, this is enough. Enough's enough. Get him out of here, man.
Get him out of here. We're done.
This is how his record gets passed. This is how Kobe's record gets passed. Somebody, I'm telling you right now, this is the last time I'm gonna say. Just because Bam did it, I think somebody's gonna try and do it in the next month and a half.
That'd be crazy.
I think somebody's gonna try and do it.
That's not hate.
I hope.
I know. I personally feel like the players.
Can I look something up real
quick?
Look
at Bam like he's a good player, and a lot of people say he's a good guy, but as a scorer, that's a scorer's record. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think that the players are not gonna be cool with that. If it was a defensive record, if he got like 20 blocks, nobody would bat an eye. But I think like Luka probably saw that and was like, nah, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Donovan Mitchell.
No way, boy.
Ain't no
way, boy.
Wrap it up. Let's wrap it up.
All I'm saying is this. I don't know when the Heat face the Spurs next, but Wemby, you know what to do.
And that's funny because if he does it, I think he would that would unlock something in him. Because I think he needs to get the mentality in order to win the chip. Because he's too tall to like be passing the ball up as much as he does to me. And for this person not be running the offense.
Dunk on me when I say about Jokic, but here, you know.
You said what?
Nothing.
Listen, at this point, I'm looking. This week we have Lakers versus Heat. Luka, you know what to do. Oh, okay. Here's what we go.
He just put 50 on Chicago. Don't you worry about it.
Monday the 23rd. Monday, March 23rd. Spurs versus Heat on Peacock. I'm tuning in. That's the game of the week that week. I'm just telling you right now.
Man, nothing's going to happen.
I'm telling you right now. You say that. Watch Wemby have 130 points.
The Heat are good. It has to be in a garbage team. It got to be like on a bad team. The Heat are a decent defensive team.
Wemby is garbage to. I'm sorry. Bam is garbage to Wemby. Let's go.
All right. Let's get on it.
That's what I said. Let's go. We can't let him go for too long.
Because it's the NBA.
It's NBA basketball. Get out of here.
That's why they care. Like, what are you talking about?
All right, Joe.
All right. Thank y'all for tapping in with this. I hope you guys got your clips and whatever you want out there. You got a little bit of take and emotion out of me, but that's it. Okay? Light it up.
Yeah. Got 3 hours out of us, man.
Yeah, man.
Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights, man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands, we run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan, we got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break, throw me the outlet.